Welcome back to Tarkadia Rising. We have everybody back. Wayne, Eileen, Alex, Ronald, and Cameron. I didn't know which way I was going to go, so I kind of like panicked for a second. I
just like, forgot my name. It's fine.
No.
Everyone forgets my name.
I didn't want to be rude.
Thank you for not noticing me.
Senpai. Should have wore that shirt today. Anyways, last time, not as eventful, but we actually had our first taste of combat. The group met a fancy archaeologist with an ego from here to the moon and his two compatriots, and their duty is to escort him to a dig site outside of town, which is about a week away. They made it to about halfway mark before they were attacked by boars, and they learned that boars are deadly.
Boars!
It was unborable.
We barely made it out of there.
Ah,
you guys are boring into this.
Welcome back.
Well, it's been fun.
Hey!
You're under contract. You walk through that door, you're under
It's not
contract.
like I can leave anyway.
So, getting back into it, we're going to actually time skip. There's the rest of the ride is pretty uneventful. You guys bond. He slowly recovers from his plot convenient ailment, and he's now.
You guys like took me along and kept me safe from the boars.
Yeah, we kind of.
You're basically just Carco.
Oh,
yeah.
Perfect.
You wake up in the back of a wagon, no idea what's going on, and all of a sudden you have like him and then like two humans like looking down, and you're like, he's okay.
Oh god, I must have drank the wrong potion again.
I think that's when we actually said is you chugged the wrong potion.
I just realized I just remembered that I turned his carriage into a butcher shop.
Oh.
Oh yeah, we made a
boar
bunch
meat?
of bacon.
Oh, bacon.
Yeah, we made bacon, boar meat bacon.
Boar bacon.
Yeah.
Yum, yum, yum. Bacon, bacon. So, we're going to start off with you guys slowly rolling up, and Mr. Greyhawk, Master Archaeologist, as I spelled that horribly wrong in my notes here, it's Archaeologist.
Ooh.
Yep.
I thought it was Genva or something.
It's
Genva Goldhawk.
Genva Goldhawk, Master Archaeologist, and then Kiban, the male, and Limo, the female. So, Goldhawk is sitting there, and he's just kind of like exposing himself, like, now you see, we were able to find a piece of a dragon which was said to be extinct a millennia ago when the world was formed. Now, I don't conceive to that notion. I think dragons are still around there just hiding among us in the grass and in the trees. And he's just like...
I listened this whole time while I was fucking butchering this damn boar.
What do you think? Which one of you might actually be here for an intellectual conversation? You, the one that was passed out. What do you think? Do you think the dragons are still around, or do you think they're all dead?
I hope they're alive so I can use their scales and claws for some potions, but...
You would waste the opportunity to have a fossilized dragon body part to drink it?
Depends if it gave me eternal life.
Eternal life is for the weak-minded fool. You could have power. Harnessing the power of one of the colored dragons could give you immense power. Some say you could even fly.
Or have eternal life.
Or fly. Flying is better, right? Right.
But I mean, if you... I mean, there's so many problems with, like, flying and, like, death.
Yeah,
and, like...
yeah. Maybe if I had
what
both.
if you stop flying?
Yeah, what if you stop flying all of a sudden? Or, like, you're really bad at flying and you accidentally kill yourself because you're not immortal.
What if you never stop flying?
What if you never stop flying? Yeah.
What if you become a fly?
How do you know how to turn off the flying? Does the flying just, like...
Okay,
oh,
I get
I'm
it. You guys just are not intellectually advanced as I am thinking about the perfect power to use if you got the power of a dragon. Just saying. Anyways.
I mean, I'm pretty sure there's spells for flying. There's not spells for eternal life.
There's a spell called fly.
There will be when I find that dragon.
Oh, there we go.
You could see he's getting, like, visibly upset at the mentioning of, like, learning spells and, like, especially, like, you guys talking down to him about flying. His ego's a little bit hurt. And then... Oh, which one do I want? Limo kind of, like, grabs you by the shoulder and is like, don't mention anything about spells or flying around him. It's a very, very sore spot for him. And if that happens, we get beat. Okay? He takes out his anger on us.
Oh god, what is this guy? What is this guy? Is this a human or?
He's a half elf.
Okay.
Kind of think of. I want to say the like Indiana Jones kind of like dress and kind of like knowledge of like archaeology, but he also has the demeanor of that really cocky teacher from Chamber of Secrets.
Yeah.
Like where he's like
Lockhart.
so like up his own ass.
Yeah.
But he doesn't know anything about it. He's like he kind of leeches off other people's.
And then who was the guy that was just grabbing me by the shoulder?
That's actually Limo, who is a
Isn't it
female
Kiba?
human. Huh?
Isn't Keybon the
Keybon, yeah. Keybon is.
Keybon's the dude, Limo's the
Keep
girl.
on keeping on.
Okay, and
Limo's like
Hell yeah.
average, like looking human. You can tell that she spends most of her time digging in caves and
so and they're like partners.
brother sister partners. Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
That's what I need to know.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Fight for looking at it this way. And I'll make sure we're out of earshot of at least Genva, because the dudes,
Just literally eating my
brother and
dog.
sister here, they told us the big deal is like we go, he discovers things, we allow him to discover things, and we pocket things that are of less interest to him but would be useful to people like us, or fetch some money, or something that might go
Like
into
the big fancy, like, oh, this would look good in a museum. We let him find that stuff, but hey, this could probably sell for like a whole lot of money on the black market. We keep that.
Understood.
Or like, hey, this magical ring was really come in handy. We keep that.
Yeah.
Got you.
That kind of stuff. Wow, you did a really good impersonation. Apparently, we're all like Warcraft goblins here. Time is money, friend.
not that kind of orc.
I mean, not that kind of orc. So, you guys kind of approach. He kind of gives you a heads up. He's like, we're going to be there probably about sundown. Be ready to unload all of our gear, including the butchered boar that spilled blood all over that nice crate of artifact supplies. You know, like crate paper and all the other stuff that we were going to try to keep intact. Getting here is now covered in boar's blood. But it's okay, because we'll figure out a use for it, kind of thing.
Magic.
But they're like, the camp is going to be full of about 15 to 16 people,
Where's the digitation?
Digitation.
and it's just gone.
Because it's not.
I know. I just making sure I heard that properly.
Hey, Preston. Just be mindful, there's going to be about 15 or 16 people of all different kinds working under the banner of Bloodheart. So please just make sure you unload, keep an eye out in case there's anything weird, and then in a couple of days we'll head back to, the wagon's going to head back to town with just you guys. So just keep mindful of that, stay out of my way, stay out of my personal tent, and we'll be solid.
Cool.
Okay.
So,
Yeah, sounds good.
Yeah.
another hour or so passes, and you finally, you see what looks like bonfires at first over the, you're reaching over a hill into kind of like a small meadow next to a larger kind of like hill about I want to say like 3 stories tall, like a huge massive like hill in this kind of like plains area, and you kind of see the bonfire, and you're cresting over the hill to a bigger hill coming up, if that makes sense. So
Cool.
something doesn't smell right.
Sorry, we haven't bathed in a few days.
No, I know. I've smelt the whole time.
Alright, cool.
Could be that boar blood.
Could be that boy blood.
I mean, alpha farted.
I don't know, something seems a little...
But we can see the.
Oh, wait, did you mean like literally smells off, or do you mean like?
Figured.
Just something,
Like,
something doesn't...
figuratively.
like, Keybon is like, yeah, something... That plume of smoke doesn't seem right.
Oh.
I'm gonna
that
hop
not
up
your-
on top of the wagon and sort of like peer with my goblin eyes.
Scout's honor.
Probably not great. Nah, 10. Never mind.
You kind of notice the same things. You got
Ooh,
the
smoke.
hill, and it's smoke. You can't tell if the smoke is like intended to be that. You know, like if it's like one big bonfire that they have stationed in the center of the campsite for light, or you're not entirely sure.
What time of day is
That's
it?
at our
It's
campsite that
sunset.
we're arriving to. correct?
Sunset. Okay.
Yeah.
So,
This is at the campsite we're arriving.
Yeah, this is looks like he's saying this is the area where the campsite
Okay.
should be over the hill, but you're not like
Right.
fully over.
Gotcha.
Does
Looks
the
like a party.
smoke look like a more amount of smoke than a regular fire would? What am I
Roll for eye hose.
Perception.
Roll for eye holes.
That's
That's
really
some
good.
good.
The plume of smoke is definitely darker. It's more concentrated in one area, and you also are able to see that there are a couple of other dark, billowing clouds of smoke coming next, like kind of. You got the main one, and then 2 smaller ones, kind of like diagonal to it, but they're like kind of like in a straight line, which seems a little bit odd for a campsite. Definitely an ominous sight.
It's probably just a party. Just have a good time.
Yeah, I'm a good
Maybe it's a bonfire.
Yeah, well, I mean,
You've
you
never
gotta-
been to
you gotta let
archaeology
loose.
bonfires? You know, we're all
You gotta let loose every once in a while, man.
archaeologists gone wild.
Maybe they found
Maybe they
something
found some
better.
hidden treasure,
Yeah.
man. Come on.
Maybe they found the dragon skull.
Maybe it was the dragon.
We all need a spring break every so often.
So,
Is that- yeah, I do
what are you
that.
guys gonna do? Are you gonna just keep kind of like rolling with the wagon, or are you guys
yeah.
gonna
Well, we
explore
got-
Is there
ahead?
anything? Does
Oh, we can
anything
go
look
ahead.
suspicious around, like as we're reaching it?
Go ahead and roll a perception for the surrounding area.
6.
It looks like just a plain like I want to say, you're not in like a heavily forested area. There's trees every now and again, but it's mostly like kind of like a plains area. Trees don't grow as clustered, but there's some like light trees, kind of where the boars and stuff were, where it's like you got some trees, but it's mostly like hilly.
Not a whole lot of hiding spots
Why did
Yeah.
I think we
alongside
were
the
in a
road.
desert?
I don't know.
Because I'm a bad dungeon master.
Because you just were 2 days ago.
Okay.
What'd you call it? A hill? Come on, Dusty.
Needs
That
a
has
ladder.
to be made.
Grass my ass.
It's obviously a dune.
Spice.
Maybe it's just I just think archaeology just
It's
happens
like
in
spice.
deserts.
Anyway.
Should we maybe like loop around this hill off the path?
Yes, go ahead. The twins and I are going to take care of the animals if you just want to scurry on ahead and check and make sure everything's good for my arrival. I want ample time to be able to take a
So let's
bath.
just keep moving forward.
He just like immediately
Like,
keeps
yeah.
out.
Don't you interrupt me, sir.
As soon
I'm
as
not
he's off,
interrupting you.
as
Please
soon as he's
continue.
off screen, like
Yeah.
dialogue cuts out.
Yeah, we're already like moving.
Plot point done. I'm already done with this character. Just move on. No, so you guys are just gonna kind of roll over with the wagons and stuff. You're not gonna.
I think we're gonna go around.
Yeah, I'm trying to.
Propose?
Is there a way to get like go around kind of the backside? Of the
Let me draw you guys.
Or on foot enough.
Maybe we could fly.
And we didn't do a short rest or anything.
Let me use my spells to fly.
Half.
I don't know if we have hit die in this.
There aren't, so I looked it up, and actually there's only long rests, and all it does is level times con mod per rest.
What?
Yeah.
That's
Pardon?
Oh,
savage.
no.
I like it.
Yeah, it's
I
like-
like
Wait,
it.
sorry, what?
Yep.
It
Jesus.
just, what?
I like it.
So I get a whopping like
Oh no.
Level times con mod, I literally get 1 hit point. What the
No.
Oh, I
fuck?
get -1.
yeah. I get,
You just
I
like
get 2.
You
you.
just lose health and just
Yeah.
you're dying quickly.
Slowly dying, guys.
And you can't do it more than once per 24 hours.
So this is like.
What the
Actually, I like
fuck?
that rule.
I don't know why. It's
That's brutal.
I like that rule.
How do you heal? Aside from potions and like
Magic?
You spend
resting
like
it off.
weeks. Yeah, you spend
Jesus.
weeks.
Which I mean, I guess is more close to reality. Like if you come like to a
Yeah.
near-death
Close-
experience,
yeah.
it takes like a couple weeks to become a normal human again.
So this
That's
is
not why we play these games. No.
So you guys are
We
coming.
play it for magic.
We play for fun and adventure, not realism. So you guys are coming up this hill here.
Yeah.
Then it's going to go down into the kind of the valley where the campsite is, and then there's a hill here, and then this is allegedly where the like kind of like dig site is going into this.
And about where are we
um,
guesstimating the smoke is coming from? You can
It's
even
coming
just
from
point.
this. It's kind of like
Oh, it's
there's
coming
a
from the
small one
campsite.
here, a large one here, and then a small one here. And those watching, I'll definitely have an image up to kind of represent what we're looking at. So kind of like that.
It's like a bunch of potatoes, basically.
Do you like my potatoes?
Big ol' yams.
This is why I can't do DMing with a bunch of artists.
Could
So-
we go on foot around or?
Yeah, you can.
Alright,
Have you not seen this
Stay with the
recipe
cart.
before?
You're too valuable. Your work is too important. Yada yada yada. We'll be back in about an hour. So
You just said yada yada yada.
That's my favorite Yu-Gi-Oh card. Deep dive reference.
What's a yada?
So you guys are gonna go around.
you guys want to do that?
Yeah, that's it. Good job about just like stepping up to me. Yeah.
Later, chump.
Pardon?
Bye.
Get the 2 going.
Later, chum.
He's talking about the boar. He named it.
Trying mage hand slap his ass before they.
Wait, my ass or the guy?
Guys.
His. Okay.
Ooh, who did that? Keybon? We're having a serious talk about boss and assistant confidentiality.
Chibon?
Keybon.
Oh, he's messing up his name. I see.
Keybon is just like, what? So, are you guys going to stealth around? How are you going to approach? Are you just going to kind of like...
Gonna stealth that shit.
Yeah.
Actually,
I mean, I don't know
I
if
should-
you guys are stuff. I don't think I'm stuff.
Actually, I just realized. So I was down after the last encounter. So given the time between that last encounter and now,
I would say it would be a long rest, because you guys did take a
that's
day or
only.
Awesome, I lost the health.
That's only con times your level
Long rest?
per long rest.
How do you? What? Oh, that's what you were saying.
Yeah, that's what I was looking up.
Hold
I couldn't
on.
find
I thought
anything
you
on a
meant
short,
like a short
rest.
rest.
Even a long rest does
I
barely
know,
do
it would make
something.
a little more sense as a short rest,
Yeah.
given D&D, but
It's like the hardcore alternate rules in 5e.
I like it.
yeah.
I like it.
That means you can't be as reckless, I suppose.
Yeah.
Means we probably shouldn't have fought the boars.
I
That was the
probably should
case.
have just
You
tried
should've
to
just, like,
jab,
keep
right?
going.
Yeah, right.
No, I crafted a cool battle adventure that you guys had to conquer.
Hey, I had fun with the boars.
You could just retcon it and say that the caravan had a bunch of potions and we just like drank ourselves silly with potions.
Hell
It's like
yeah.
high end potions.
Mhm.
I feel so good!
Potions.
Well, we were talking about last time.
There,
There's a thing for alchemists in original Pathfinder where you coat your tongue with like a liquid and you can just swig and then spit back into the bottle and not use anything, and you get the effects of the potion. So you're constantly like backwatching these potions.
Yummy.
Gross.
I'll get there one day. Right now I can only swig like alchemist fire. That doesn't sound that
I'm okay with that.
Yeah. Short rests in Pathfinder 2e?
good. It's a question.
I don't need the rest eternal. I need how to
Yes,
players.
eternal resting. Yes, please.
Did you guys see that dice rolling box that the guy built for his buddy that had like it was like really compact and you could like take it apart with magnets and it had like a pencil in it and it held all the
Yeah.
dice? Wasn't that dope?
Hell
What?
yeah.
No.
I don't know how I'd find it. I have to go like D&D subreddit and like,
Okay.
dig around in most popular, but
Uh-huh.
it was just really like
I've seen a couple
it's
that
like
are
probably like
foldable.
half the size of this.
Yeah.
And then he could like he pulled out one side and there was like a pencil or pen in it and then he like took it in half like this and then snapped it together.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was dope.
I've seen a couple
Cool.
that you can like fold in half.
Uh-huh.
Those are neat.
Nice. Someday.
Yeah, so they're just starting short rests in 2e.
I'm glad we're not streaming this one, so we can actually look at. Yeah, I'm gonna do more heavy editing on this one. Actually, replace the little area where I keep the map with a green screen. So I'm gonna pull that out, and then depending on what's going on, I'll have like boxes and stuff.
Do you
So
want like a picture of this then, or your blue potatoes and
I'll grab it later.
alien
I like your
circles?
potatoes, Justy.
Not too squishy. Oh, those potatoes.
Yeah.
My kidney beans.
I was climbing with a couple of Jack's friends on Thursday.
Nice.
They were talking about tattoos, and one of their sons was like,
317.
"Oh, I kind of want a tattoo from Photo with Sting or something like that." I looked at him, and another friend was like, "Yeah, you don't want that." I'm like, "Yeah, no one wants a tattoo of Frodo. Guy's a little bitch. You should get a tattoo of Sam. Get a potato."
Potatoes.
Tattoo of a potato.
Undoubtedly, many people have that already.
Sting or potato?
Potato.
When you
Probably.
said Sting, I was thinking of artist, and
Yeah.
not like
No,
Yeah.
he- so a couple, like,
Also, you also don't want that.
Yeah.
Jack also thought the artist, and he was just like, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
Isn't it weird?
weird.
Crazy sauce.
I mean,
It's so
If you want to
cool.
follow it to a T, we can follow it to a T.
Right? Yeah.
I
Alright.
don't kind of want that right now.
If you balance it
Alright.
around like 5e rests.
I didn't think it was that bad.
Is there a minimum
That's
of one? Please tell me there's a
There's a
minimum.
minimum of one, yes.
Okay, so I don't slowly die.
Yeah.
That's fine. Do I regain spell slots?
Yes.
Yeah, I believe so.
Oh, that's easy enough then. I could cast Soothe on like 2 people before we go to bed. I never use spells. I use color spray.
Well, yeah, we'll get a better hang of this. But I honestly thought like you could.
Yeah, Jesus, that's
It's hardcore.
that
It
is
is
super
so
fucking
clever.
hardcore. Jesus. Ugh.
I forgot
Well,
the purples.
Homemade, not even wormwood.
Yeah, if one of you guys want to delve into that just a little while we're doing this. Anywho, I'm gonna say, because I'm a nice DM and we didn't know about this, everybody's gonna be at full HP for this.
Yay!
This is
Okay,
planned.
Jesus.
Thank Christ.
Spank Dusty.
That was good
Dusty.
regardless.
You lose half your health.
You were babying
Do
a
that for-
potion the whole time.
Wait, why do I have
Maybe in a
this?
potion.
Can you hand me the sticky notes, please?
Oh yeah,
Sticky
I
notes,
forgot.
sticky notes, where is-
Very cool, huh?
Okay. So,
Just the
who's gonna take point? Who's gonna roll stealth for everybody?
Overall stealth.
Me!
Do it.
That's right, sorry.
Stealth for me.
Stealth.
I forgot
Stealth
I only
me.
have
Be
8
quiet
hit
enough
points.
for
I'll
all.
follow your steps.
Stealth me. Let's do this shit. No!
Yes.
Literally not one.
It's just like we're partying.
So, you all
Jesus
think
fuck.
that he's doing a great job leading you through what is very quiet, but he's actually taking you through some really dry brush, and it's like you're also
I'm
all
still
like
a little like foggy from the boar, so like I don't notice all the
Yeah,
noise.
we're just a little high on healing potion.
yeah,
Yeah.
dipping too much into the community stock of
Yeah.
healing potions, which is right next to the bottle of fine wine, and you
Yeah.
just couldn't tell the difference. So you
Yeah.
kind of like
Right.
mixed good and bad, and so you just kind of
Yeah. D&D scissor.
Yeah.
yeah. Purple drink.
I'm just looking at everyone else's max HP.
So you guys are cresting through, just kind of like doing your own thing, thinking you're stealthy, and you come across what is just a terrifying sight. All of the tents and all of the wagons are just up in this flame, but it's not just a normal blaze. The fire is got like kind of a bluish. It's not fully blue, but it's got like a bluish tint to it, like a chemical burn almost. The tents are on fire. There are corpses all over the place. Both there's human, there's dwarf, there's orc. Anybody from this region of Davenborough, like there's a couple of gnomes. You got like all sorts, and then you also have a couple of figures that are they're elves, but their hair is like just pitch black. Their skin's of more of like a darkish purple. And they're wearing kind of like tribal battle gear. Very thick leather, dyed black, with some gold like insignias to them. They're cut off, so they're kind of like chest plates, and they're just laying on the ground. A couple of them are impaled against, like one of them's impaled against like the hillside, kind of where your figures are at. There's two of them that you can see, but the rest seem to be members of the archaeology group and a couple of bodyguards that were stationed here. And it's just the sound of fire and just the wind.
Is there any movement?
Go and roll perception for me, please.
Does it give you any figure?
19.
It doesn't matter which.
That's the one I the figures just right next to
Yeah, if you want to just hand that. We'll get more unified.
Yeah.
The Rakdos god.
Jesus Christ.
This is more appropriate.
You said the elves with the black hair and darker skin are the archaeologists' crew, bodyguards.
So there's a couple of people in armor that are more humanoid and stuff like that, but they're just two distinct bodies that look like that there were conflict with the guards.
Okay.
Is there like an active conflict?
No, everybody's dead.
Everybody's dead.
Everybody is dead?
Everybody. Well, we
bodies that
don't
people-
notice anyone that looks alive
Okay.
yet.
Yeah.
I thought
Yes.
that there were two.
Huh?
The tribe people
19?
we talked about
Perception.
were-
Yeah, I can do that.
While you don't see any kind of like active movement stuff like that, you do notice that the tracks are very fresh. So this happened within a couple of hours.
Okay.
Okay. Jeez. Let's start checking some bodies, see if anybody's still conscious.
Checking bodies, see where these tracks lead.
Or just see if anybody's like, even just like half alive to tell us anything.
Yeah, scream at the top of your lungs if you're attacked.
I'm gonna go check out the armor on those darker elves. I'm gonna check out the armor, not to like steal it, but like see if I recognize it.
Okay.
I mean, I might steal it. I don't know. It probably won't fit me, but I'm gonna see if I recognize it.
Yeah.
You'll still pull it off.
Maybe.
I got
Would that be
on their
occultism or
Yeah, exactly.
lore or?
I can see that.
that's what I'm
Trying to
looking
check
at
it
here. You gotta find experience.
Because I don't see appraisal.
Read
Or
like
anything.
the
This
vest.
down.
It just like looks like a whole dress.
Grizz,
Yeah.
Pfeiffer,
Muncho.
Muncho, Trin.
Again, it's all on the Spasta Gaming website. I'm trying to plug the website and you burped. If this was an ad read, I'd be very upset. I'm a little upset.
Brought to you
By Hymns, Squarespace, and Audible. Me undies.
MeUndies.
Stamps.com.
Any VPN site. Just going through the. And we're not sponsored by any of them. That's called a joke because we're poor.
At the bottom.
I would say
Thank you.
society.
Whole group
I
says-
should use this.
Ugh, society.
You want a small one?
We live
Yeah.
in
I'm a check society.
.org.
Ooh.
20.
So you don't recognize if it's any style. You also look for the color because, as you know, brought up in the first episode, color means everything to these people. So you're looking for any kind of like color association. What land are they from? Is this an invading nation? But it's just black and gold, and the style of the breastplate's interesting because it looks like it's almost been fused to their body. There's no cinch to take the armor off. It's almost like if someone put on the armor and then like pulled off like any of the cinches and straps, and it's just like a flat back to like the back of the chest. Like it just, no matter how, you wouldn't even be able to cut this stuff to get it off of them. It's just there. It's almost like I don't want to say like a carapace because then you think it's like growing out of them, but it's like a shirt that you cinch up from the back and then just once it's done, it's gone. It's
No
like magically
seams or
sealed. Yeah.
anything.
okay. I was imagining they like heated it up and like.
Right,
Or like
yeah.
shrink wrapped it in.
Right, just like sewed it on to like
Y-
hold still.
Yeah.
But it's just like it's very nicely crafted. Same goes for the pants. It's kind of like it's form fitting. They have a belt to it, but there isn't a way to like unbelt it. It's kind of, again, like
How do they pee?
I don't know. When I was creating this magical world, I didn't realize that these elves needed to go tinkle.
Oh, elves pee out of their hands. I don't know that.
Oh, that's
Actually,
true.
his body is so efficient that he can recycle everything. Just they don't
Right.
have.
Yeah,
any
it's like the
restriction.
Dune suits, right? Where it just like recycles their pee and they drink it.
Yeah, exactly.
Magic, bitch.
Yeah.
But no, it's almost like.
Harry Potter.
Yep.
I almost made a J.K. Rowling joke. Anyway, it's like their hair is black. You can't tell. They're very androgynous. You can't tell if they're male or female when you roll over the body. You don't see any weapons on hand, which is very strange.
Magic.
Maybe.
I cast detect magic.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, really, I do.
Okay. Yeah. There's some pretty interesting vibes you're getting from here. As you're channeling it, you're getting a bit of conjuration, transmutation, a little bit of necromancy.
Oh.
That one is very, very, very faint, but it's there. The longer you kind of like, it's almost like it's coming from a very, very far away distance. Like just, you got conjuration, you got this like there has been magic, and there's also been some, destructive magic that's gone through here. You know, like a magic missile or something like that too.
Gina, you are just getting into everything today, aren't you?
I check around the body to
You
see
smell
if it's
like other
alive.
cats.
You check around.
Yeah, I'll
Eat my
follow
bag.
Viper around as well.
So you guys are kind of going around. There are a couple more tents that have been kind of torn down, but they haven't caught on fire yet. They're kind of like all the tent poles and all that stuff. And these are large, like canopy tents and stuff like that. You do hear, after a while, the sound of someone coughing and kind of like some slight rustling underneath one of these canopy tents.
We hustle
Run
over there
over,
yeah.
and start tearing that tent apart.
Yeah, I'm gonna pull things off.
Yeah, it takes really all of us because we're so short. We're
Yeah.
just kind of
Here we are, the Magic Square.
I mean, you're like a strong gnome, so I'm just imagining you like.
Yeah.
It's like one of those like parachute tent things that you played in elementary
Yeah.
school. Whee! And there's like a dying person underneath, and you're like, ooh, no.
we're all lifting
Sorry.
lights. Woo!
Oh.
But yeah, there is it seems to be a female orc, bloodied, wearing just like a cloth white shirt stained red, some leather pants, some boots. She's wearing one of the next to her is one of those really cool like hats you see safari people wear. and then you see like a lantern next to her that's blown out, and she's kind of like slowly crawling. You can tell that she can't really use her left leg. Even though I held my right side, it's her left leg that was
It was my left, so.
yeah. Exit left stage, leg left.
Oh my god, are you okay?
She's still
God,
trying to
it's away from me.
like claw away from you as soon as she notices that you guys are to her, because she's just been pitch black, so she's like like slowly trying to crawl away through this like canopy that you guys are holding up, trying to get to her.
Yeah. We're here with Goldhawk. What happened?
Oh,
Are you alright? Do you need help?
oh god.
I mean, obviously you need help.
It's butterfly.
She kind of like looks at you with like really just terrified eyes. She's just like in shock. She's afraid. She can't. She's like stuttering, and then she kind of like is trying to get away. Still, she's like just fight or flight right now. Just
she's falling and can't get out.
left flirt.
But she's falling. But she's flying. No, not the flying.
You can't fly
Not
yet.
that flying.
I still wants to fly.
I gotta talk about flying as
I
much
think
as I
the
can.
heart
about
really just like got to it.
when we're not around him. This is my only chance to talk about flying.
Are you mad? Are you joking around at a time like this? Everybody's dead. Everybody's dead. They came for us out of nowhere.
Who came for you?
Sometimes the bodies just hit the
The elves, they're not like nothing we've seen before. We tried to talk to them. They came in. There was about 12 of them, and they just opened fired on us. They took out about 8 of us as we started to run. They pulled out these spears that just popped into their hands, and they just started going away. And then they took some sort of like flammable liquid, poured it onto the tents, and they just caught on fire. No lighters, no torches, and they killed everybody. All my friends are dead.
I thought you had it already.
I mean, you managed to take out some of them, it looks like.
The guards got lucky. They ambushed a couple of them, but something's not right about them. They didn't speak common. They didn't speak any language that anybody in the camp could understand. They just
As
talked.
soon as she mentions one of the elves, I run out and I start cutting the head off of one of the corpses out there to bring it back to say, like, these guys!
Oh Jesus!
You cut that off.
Passes out.
guys.
Just passes out.
Yeah.
I'm gonna take her under the arms and just drag her out from like
Aren't you like
away.
a gnome?
I am, but I'm fucking
She got strong
no.
gnome.
She's swole.
So strong.
Size doesn't mean everything.
Yeah, so yeah, which is why I was like, I just want to pick her up under the arms and just like drag her backwards, like away from all the fire and just like the carnage and stuff.
Go and
and,
roll a
like, try
strength
and get
check
her.
because you're kind of contesting the tarp.
Yeah.
Can you help in playtest?
I think so.
It's not going to be advantage, but like, is it a plus of something?
You can also just add your go and roll strength roll too to kind of like assist. Who's picking up the best weight?
You did better than me. I got a 14.
Oh. Well, we got the exact same score.
2 14s.
Huh?
2 16s.
No, mine's I'm 14 with my addition.
Oh.
So you guys both like take a hand and you kind of pull her out. You notice that she is trailing a lot of blood. She definitely needs like a tourniquet or something on her leg. She's bleeding out.
Pfeiffer, I think. Do you do healing things? Who does healing things? I think we
I
need
do
to.
do
we need to
healing
stop
things.
bleeding,
But do we
at
really
least.
care for her that
I've only
much?
got
And we need to figure out what happened.
I've only got 2, and
This is our.
Rock, paper,
We get-
scissors,
This is
who
how we're
feels
gonna
it?
make money. We gotta know what
We
happened.
can take it back to the car. They got
That's well.
potions there.
That's true.
Does anyone have
Sure.
any
If we can at
advantages?
least like tie her up so she stops bleeding
Yeah.
for a little bit.
Yeah, I'll run over to
Shoot.
camp or
I'll heal her.
something that's not burned that I can tear off something enough to like
I cast soothe on her.
Oh, there's a bit of canvas that you can.
Yeah.
What does
put it-
Soothe do?
canvas,
Heal for
maybe like a
1d6.
piece of like stake of wood or
1d6.
something.
He's
so I can
healing
at
her for
least,
1d6.
Okay.
Make a makeshift splint or something, you know.
Yep.
I'm sorry, I've been eating all these tosses.
1d6 plus
Okay, good.
plus
That'd be
4.
Wow, that's better than resting.
Yeah, fuck me.
she just like wakes up, it's like, I feel great.
I feel good. Da-na-na-na-na-na. I knew that I would after elf attack.
She's the elf head again. She's like,
There goes one of those things.
Can someone hand me a pencil and or a pen? Again in the.
Oh, for using the whole time? Because I have an extra one.
I got a whole bucket.
Oh, okay, never mind.
what a good DM.
What did I do?
I'm not serious.
Well, actually having them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I thought you were just poking fun of him, like not having one at the ready.
No. I meant
Yeah, like genuinely.
So her leg starts to heal up, and she's going to gain a little bit of conscious. It looks like you did tip her from in the negatives to conscious again. Where do you guys move her to, like the center of the camp near the bonfire? Or are you gonna like move her?
I wanted to move her away from anywhere that looked potentially dangerous or like loud or like like away from the fire, away from dead bodies, like as much as possible.
I start gathering up a couple of the dead bodies and kind of taking them to the side somewhere in case we wanted to bury them later.
I start looting
Just burn it.
and kind of helping.
Gotta make sure the families know who
This one's out of lead. If you got another one.
There are many pencils here.
You know, I just realized you don't
Shake it.
really pick a what's it called, a moral compass in this game.
No, it's more shades of
Well,
gray.
there is an
So
alignment,
50
but I think we just didn't worry about that when we were making
Yeah.
plans.
I just picked mine.
So she starts coming to, and she's like, "Oh God, I wasn't dreaming. You really are here? Are you here to finish me off?"
No.
We already
No.
explained this.
Drink now.
We're here. We wouldn't have.
Also, I get my spell slot back.
We wouldn't have healed you if we were gonna finish you off.
Yeah, no, we're here with the Gold Hawk.
Oh, that pompous ass is back at the
We're
worst
hired-
possible time.
We're hired hands.
Yeah, he's an asshole, but he's not here right now. So.
Did-
Yeah.
Did Bloodheart send you guys to help us? How long has it been?
We didn't even know that
4
something was
hours.
wrong.
How long has it been since what?
Since we were attacked, it's been.
No.
7
I don't know.
hours.
Things
Tracks-
are still, things are
I
still
mean,
burning.
Yeah,
so,
tracks look fresh.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Pretty
Couldn't have been
recent.
more than a few hours.
Yeah.
Oh, that's good. At least did you? Are the twins with you at least?
Yeah.
Over the hill.
They're up over the hill with Gold Hawk.
Thank the colors. All right. Here's what. Can you take me over to them at least if you have a wagon or something? And I need you to make sure not to go inside of the dig site. Something is not right in there. I think that's why she kind of like passes back out again, like of straining, trying to talk.
Alright, let's get her over to Gold Hawk's thing.
Yeah. You don't waste my healing like that.
Someone want to run back to the carts and at least meet us halfway. We'll see if we can get her over there.
Yeah. So you guys, the two of you that picked her up before, together, you're able to.
Just throw her on top of that.
Since you guys are the same height, you guys do the thing where you take each arm, but she's kind of like this, where she's like you're underneath each arm, and you're carrying her just fine, but her legs are dragging.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So she's kind of like scooting on through.
Hey.
Yeah, but you're a small being.
But it's a running jump for normal sized people too.
But orcs are larger than normal sized people.
She's a fairly large orc in comparison to.
Rude.
I'm not trying to be rude. I'm stereotype.
No.
Stop it.
I'm orcist. As you guys are, don't touch me. As you guys are you gonna go over the hill, or are you guys going to go around again?
Can we go under it somehow?
That's just to show that that's the.
Oh, okay.
Just follow the road. They're coming this way anyway.
I figured we should take the shortest route back to the
Yeah.
thing.
Yeah.
So you guys are kind of all grouped together, helping her get over the hill, and as soon as that happens, you see two. I need you two, and I want Wayne to roll a reflex for me, please.
Oh boy. Dang it. 7.
Is there like a reflex?
Yeah, it's on the left in the middle.
18.
Sorry.
19, sorry.
Sorry.
21.
Sorry. Okay. You didn't.
I got a 7.
You got a 7.
19.
19. 21. You two see kind of like this, just kind of like black streak, almost like a fly, but a very, very long, like dragonfly, almost like fly back past your heads and all that stuff. You kind of in your boot, but you didn't actually get stabbed. There's an arrow, a very dark, just it looks almost obsidian arrow in your boot. It just in between your toes, and there is an arrow, unfortunately, in the heart of the orc you're trying to help.
Oh god. This is terrible.
Guys?
Cool.
Your turn.
Ah!
Really, look around.
I don't know if my potion is gonna help an arrow to the
Perceive! I perceive with a, what is that, 20?
Can I perceive because my reflex was lower now?
No, you're more fixated on the fact that you almost lost a toe.
Where'd that arrow come from?
Actually, it's coming from this way, kind of where your pencil is. There are two figures, tall, skinny, with bows, pointed at you on top of that hill.
You said from the cave?
Yeah, kind of on top of that hill right there, yeah. So we can actually put a couple of figures as soon as I find them.
It's the demon elves.
Demons. Matt Demons.
I do a full on like hammer toss and toss the severed head over at in their direction.
Wait, let me do it.
I never got rid of it that I know.
It'd be good to show the.
Let me just walk there.
Okay, yeah, hand it to.
Toss in there.
Put him above that
Little talk.
like little black cave entrance. Yeah, so they're on top of the large hill, which is
okay.
super high up.
Okay.
So you guys are on a hill, and they're kind of like,
He
haha.
tosses the head up, and I'm going to telekinetic projectile it towards them.
Like to hurt them?
Yeah.
Or is like a message either.
No, I'm just going to throw it at them.
Okay.
Oh.
Okay. Are you gonna try to deal damage?
I think that was a really bad roll.
So it goes at them. Probably doesn't hit
That was
them.
an 11 on the roll.
So probably not gonna hit them, but it's gonna fly at them.
They better see it.
Finish it first.
I found it on the side of the trail this weekend.
It
Somebody lost their friend.
it makes it to that hill, but it doesn't like get close to them. They do recognize that it is ahead, and it kind of rolls back down towards the campsite slowly.
Probably.
Was that yours?
You left this.
You might want to get a hold of it.
And kind of like a rhythmic, kind of like language. Yeah, just no, it's more kind of sing-songy. Kind of like it's like Vunda illes delle Nellebol. I'm just making up random words. I didn't create like a separate language for this, but it's just kind of like a very calm.
Immersion broken.
That's actually, like High Elven from Lord of the Rings. He's stealing. No, but it's that kind of like cadence where it's like high, like beginning of the sentence, then low, and then he ends back high, and just like one of them you can definitely tell. Strangely enough, he's more decorated, but he's still wearing all black. His like kind of gold like designs are going down like his left shoulder, kind of like sparkling at the sunset. The other one, well, he's got like one or two kind of like patterns and stuff like that, and they're watching you. Holds up his hand. Do you speak common?
Yes.
Yes.
Are we still going back towards the wagons? Or, well, I guess she's dead. We don't need to.
Yeah.
What's it to ya?
We are here to warn you. You have stumbled upon an ancient land. An area our people are sworn to protect. You enter this cave, we are forced to kill.
Oh, well, that spells that.
Well, so much for the cave.
Alright. Ah, cool. Thank you.
Duly noted.
Thank you for the warning.
Alright, later.
Wait, who are they?
What?
No, wait. Last question. Who are you? What is your race? What is your people?
Yeah, what's up?
We are but shadows,
What
sworn to protect ancients.
Ancient butts.
The second one pulls up the bow and aims it like right at the two of you. And he again just kind of like, you stumbled upon a massacre. This was a warning. They did not listen to us.
They did not listen to the farts of the butt shadows.
This one.
Another arrow whizzes by you.
I dodge it. There's a 19.
Okay,
I have
yeah.
a +6 to reflex.
You kind of see this one coming. Okay.
He's dodged a lot of arrows. And
I dodge it, but I purposely put my butt closer to where the arrow was going to go.
It's kind of like green one tempting fate. Last warning for those adventurer who stumble upon.
We didn't go in the cave. What are you shooting at us for?
You harbor the ones who've seen the secret.
What's the secret?
You killed the ones who saw the secret.
Where is Goldhawk?
Oh, that guy. Wait, harboring a secret? What secret? Can you tell us the secret?
The one that like shot at you starts talking frantically in that language again, and he just kind of like talking and you don't understand secrets, do you?
I know. Yeah, I want. That's why I'm waiting for you to tell me what it is. I don't understand.
I mean, a secret for one person isn't really a secret.
Holds up his hand again. Someone who talks slower, please translate.
I don't know. You're talking pretty slow.
it's not in the goblin vernacular.
Thank you. Someone with slower cadence. And I'm not trying to like. I'm trying to like emphasize that they don't know the language very well.
Yeah, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So that's why I'm kind of like doing the weird broken
They
English
don't know
thing.
language, but they know farts.
Toots are universal.
Everybody poops.
Everybody toots.
I don't know, the way that their armor was melded to them, they might
Again,
not.
Goldhawk has seen something he should not have.
Did he see how y'all peed? Because I can't tell with your armor.
I dodged it again. Now it's a 16.
Oh, you don't get a dodge this time.
Oh.
Oh. Yes, you do.
That's not a good thing for him.
He's like really salty.
Uh-oh.
Hold on, I gotta calculate those really quick.
Somebody's gonna die.
Again.
Silly
Again.
Hey, if you don't like cool it, you're gonna
I might have an arrow
probably
through
die.
my... Yeah.
With a precise shot, they clip your ear. Take 2 points of damage.
Wait, was he gonna be rolling against my AC or what?
It was a crit.
Okay.
I'm just being very generous
Okay.
for you right now.
Yup.
So you don't
Should've
get
rolled it.
just an arrow to the heart.
Just roll it.
Listen, guys,
Take my kindness gently, my friend.
Very quickly how death's working this thing.
We might be dealing with powerful arcane secrets that no one should really know about.
Son of a bitch!
Is there a message we should take to Goldhawk for you?
I think they want to kill him.
He is right.
If we bring him to you, can we see the secrets?
Well, you
Then
can-
this-
We're
if
turbo
you want to
crossing at
die,
this point.
How about mine? Magic items?
No, we don't.
Weapons.
Kill them. He kind of like realizes he was speaking common when he said that. In frustration, he's like, "We're not going to kill them yet."
Yet?
That's not cool, bro. Is that the secret?
Hey, we're not gonna kill them yet.
can you tell us what's so dangerous about this before you slip up again? You don't have to tell us what it is, just how it's dangerous.
This is a prison.
For
The ancients that slumber.
Is it a dragon?
Oh man, is there a dragon in there?
Oh, dude, I'm
Please
gonna get my
tell me there's a
eternal
dragon.
life.
Oh man, is there a dragon in there?
I guess they're real.
They literally look at each other.
Like these fuckers.
They just don't give up.
bitch, you guessed it.
This annoying group of short people.
You make everybody's temper.
Goldhawk says that there was probably dragons in there.
Use
That
round.
was the secret.
Oh shit, that was the secret.
Roll for initiative. And they use what is it
the
for?
roll for dying?
Perception is initiative in this game, right?
Yes.
Yes.
Was it perception?
Yes.
That's right, because it was like
It's like how
How
you
well
react
you
to seeing
scoped out,
things.
yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, that makes sense.
Where's perception on the sheet? Okay. There's like 3 different like finger locations on there too.
I think me and
There's
Eileen were
one
like,
that goes
okay.
around it.
We were all close.
Wayne had no idea where he was pointing, but me and
I was
Eileen
like,
did.
I'm a little
You
far.
hit my health, I think.
Yeah.
You hit my health, and then
Alright.
like my current health.
Uh,
Ken was like right over the
Fulmir.
I
number.
was like this.
23.
Yeah, it's like real. It's right there.
Follow the
That's what those stick notes are for.
Muncho.
7.
7.
brothers always.
Who has higher dexterity? Muncho does.
Yeah.
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 Pfeiffer.
14.
Not by a whole lot, just a lot.
Grizz.
20.
Alright, so first up would be Homir. You got first.
You gotta get like a hangy board.
Oh,
Right.
man.
Yeah, that was something I was gonna
Just like
right.
mount it somewhere.
Yeah.
think for now.
Is that like a
Ooh,
repurposed
you know what you could get
board?
No, she made it herself. She sanded the wood and
You know what you could get?
Wait,
you
actually?
could get
yeah.
Awesome.
She made this
those like
from
arrow
shader.
post-it notes.
Nice.
It's awesome.
Oh, that's true. The little,
Yeah.
they're like it's like a page
yeah,
marker
yeah.
for like textbooks and stuff.
We used to have to use them at Konami. It's like, we had to write like sign here. Use those like arrows.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I've seen that
Yeah.
before.
So
I'm good.
yeah, Homir's up first.
Hormir.
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 Ron, did you want this?
No.
Okay, then I'll
I
allow it.
Oh,
thought
fine,
about
if I
it.
must.
If I must.
I really love the hop menu though.
I know.
I like the buttons.
You
Yeah,
guys
the
see
new,
my-
the new Avery art is really cool.
See
Ooh.
my-
I
I
should've
get-
just noticed that.
Yeah, I really like the Elgoza.
Oh, that was in that one. But-
Elgoza and the little koi can art.
Go get double digits. It's so good. I was telling you about that on
Oh, I just noticed the
Yeah.
fragrance.
Isn't that cool?
That is really cool.
Oh, I didn't see that.
what?
Ah, there's
Well,
a
Flatiron, yeah.
Do you think there is at
Just
CU
compare
Boulder? I
I
mean, you
don't-
guys, y'all probably
Yes.
didn't.
No, you're okay.
You all went there, so
Your
has-
beer time.
was there
You can
ever
edit it out, it's
a
fine.
like a Greek event
Okay.
called the Frat Irons?
Here we go.
I have no idea. I attended no Greek events when I was there.
Okay.
There should be. If there's
Yeah,
one.
there should be.
Yeah.
In that case,
Gotta remember what.
Right. Yeah. It's like how do that?
oh shit.
Usually I just throw things at people, but I have like certain things that change.
What
Yeah.
saison? He's good.
Question for you:
Yeah, you should try New Image sometime. It's
if
very
we all got our hit points, did we get our spell slots as well?
Yeah. Again, because we pretty much planned for rest. You guys were traveling a week, and halfway through the week, Boars, and then the other half was kind of like
good. Oh,
dealing with
so
the
we
concept.
recover 3 long rests worth.
There we go.
Well, actually, no. Technically, if you take like a full day of resting, because yeah, 7 on the like a full night's rest is level times your con mod, but a full day's rest is double that.
Okay.
So technically, if we were like halfway through the week, it could be like 3 or 4 days of just full resting. So
Okay.
And you
it's
get
like,
your spell
So-
slots after 24-hour rest.
Okay.
So,
So, it's
Yeah.
totally
Yeah.
possible for me to
24
have
hour?
regained all of
8
my
hour.
health.
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I was trying to keep her
Okay.
good.
Not for me. Not for me.
Yeah. Oh jeez.
Only good spells for the
Did you break the chair?
No, I squeezed it with my thighs to stop it from falling over.
You just leaned back a little too far.
Yes.
Oh, that scared me.
Yeah, but I was like
Just
beyond
on,
hit, and I was just like,
just on
squeeze
screen.
it
You
out.
just,
Does
Cool.
anybody remember what
I will
what
magic
resonance
missile
points
them.
are for?
okay. And that
resonance
automatically hits,
points?
right?
No, I
No
don't.
idea what that do.
Yes.
Because I've got, so mine's studied resonance. Knowledge rather than personality fuels your interactions with alchemical and magical substances and devices. Maximum number of resonance points is equal to the character level plus your
I have no light in my tiny fort.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's an alchemist
Probably
thing.
is. Because I remember there was something in this game that was unique.
It's an alchemist
Were we like
thing,
hero points or something?
There is hero points.
Okay.
Which we all have one.
which I don't remember what they are though.
Okay. So,
What's tack again?
It's
Total armor class or something?
No.
Wait, where's that at?
Wait, where is tack?
I see it on this.
It's right underneath yours.
Oh,
Touch armor class. I
That's
think.
right.
Oh.
I can do verbal, casting, or more, and for each action I do, it casts an additional.
Oh.
So I will choose not to move.
Yes.
Right.
Since we're already so far away. I'll do
Can you guys like actually sit on? Like I know you guys are clustered up. Can you just scoot to the nearest? Yeah.
Oh, they were all like kind of
Just back,
close.
yeah.
That's what I figured. Cool. But
I don't know which one I
The
am.
orc lady is probably
This
here.
is you.
Cool. Tallest one.
I think you might actually be the
Might be the
tallest
tallest
Yeah.
one.
You're a dwarf too.
Yeah.
Yeah, how tall are you?
Tall bros. I don't know. It doesn't matter right now. Yeah, so I'll do a verbal and a somatic cast for this. Or material and somatic.
okay.
And it should do 2 missiles now.
Pew pew.
It's time to die.
It's time to fly. It's time to die.
First one hits for 2 points of damage. The second one hits for 3.
So 5 total.
Yeah, I'll do the one who drew first.
Okay. The kind of like the one with a lot of.
The one who didn't talk, or the one who was talking to us, like the head guy?
Kind of think of it like master and apprentice. Master, the one that talked to you. Apprentice, the one that kept shooting at.
When they guessed dragons, who was the first one to be like, okay, let's kill him.
They kind of did the comedic like. Whap whap.
I'll go for the younger one,
Now we got
Okay.
the apprentice.
We got the kills. Kind of reminds me of the 2 assassins from Umbrella Academy. If you guys have seen it yet.
I have not watched it yet.
Really good.
I love them. They're
Was
so
it
good.
Cha-Cha and
Cha-Cha and...
Hazel.
Hazel.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like that duo.
They're kind of dynamic. Is what we're
Yeah,
getting.
yeah.
Next up in the order is it's 23, 22, 21 is Grizz.
It's me. Well.
Hey, Grizz.
I don't know much I can do from here, honestly. What am I gonna do?
God, Avery IPA is still like good. It's like real good.
Yeah.
Despite all the other IPAs I have on a regular basis. It's still solid.
Yeah. Crisp, radiant,
Are they?
and resinous.
Are they
Resinous,
like in a spot that I can reach them if I run at them?
So
You can only move 20 feet, but like twice, right?
yeah, you
Yeah.
can move twice. You have 3
Diagonal
actions, so
is
she can move
like
twice, and
5.
then yeah.
And then 15.
It's so much.
Diagonals are 5.
Like
So
all
much
diagonals are
work.
5?
Oh, so I'm
It's
sorry.
like, it's like first
So
diagonal is
it's like
5, and then
the 10, and then
right?
like yeah, it kind of like doubles up. So
Okay. 5, 15, 20. 5.
and I'll say that you guys like if you guys move up to their position, it will just take a move action to get up to the same hill, like 5 feet.
Because otherwise, that's a really small camp.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
Oh, that's true. Yeah.
You could like ignore the camp now and just pretend like.
Yeah, you're looking down at this camp at the bottom. It's so sad. But
So wait, sorry. So I could in theory reach them if I use 2 move actions.
yes.
Okay. Whatever this one is.
Hello!
Hello.
Just like.
They should just run up like, hello, my darling, hello, my lady, hello, my ragtime smash.
So then I have 1 action left, right?
Correct.
So I will attack that one with my war flail. Wait, I will rage first.
Fucking rage!
What is rage?
Rage lasts for 3 rounds.
No action wise.
Oh shit.
Rage
Actually,
is a
raging.
feat.
Raging is 1 action.
Is it?
So never mind, I don't rage. I'm just gonna swing my flail.
Rage is actually an action thing?
Mhm.
Wow.
That is wait, what is this +1 that I wrote down here? I think it's 19 to hit.
It does hit.
Wah!
Sorry.
Oh, jeez.
Oh, jeez.
We're in combat. I got excited. Okay.
Why did I wrote down things on my character sheet that I don't know why I wrote them. Gosh dang.
It's only been like 2 months.
Right. 6 damage.
To the master or the apprentice?
To whichever one this one is.
I'll make that one the master.
Okay.
That's how I pictured it.
Meowster.
Meowster.
Okay.
Meow.
Next up is Pfeiffer.
Yeah, borrow the book.
Oh wait, I might have 1 more damage die actually. Just just because of my Titan.
Yo. Hopefully, like.
What is the conditional bonus to damage? Oh wait, that's still.
That's when the conditional applies.
But what is a conditional?
So there's like, like when I do a thing, I'll do a thing where we add a conditional bonus. So
that's not like the plus, like, you know, like damage plus whatever, like strength and stuff. It's not that.
No, it's like when you have to do something. So like when I do like inspired courage, everyone gets +1 of the conditional bonus.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
So it's just there has to be some type of activation to it.
Mm-hmm.
Or you're just referencing that it is inactivated.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna figure out why I wrote this other extra D10 on here. But yeah, for now, just the 6 damage. Oh, you can continue. Sorry.
Oh, what? I'm good.
Yep. Grace.
Yes.
Yep.
I was just looking at this.
Yeah, I was just reading something. I'm like, oh,
So what is we move 20 feet?
It depends on your character's speed.
We're all dwarves, so I don't imagine it's too much.
So 20 probably, because I think 25 is like human.
20.
Wait, how do I have 25 feet then?
Because your class
Each
probably.
square is 5, right?
Oh yeah, I think so.
Are you gonna huck like a Molotov at him?
And the second move is half.
So it's not half. So, you can do 2. You get 3 actions, like action slots, and you can move twice. Is
and
a
you can
thing.
do full speed both moves?
Yes.
Oh, okay. It's the attacks that
you get a minus ability.
Right. Okay.
I think there's a sprint where you take 2 slots and you just book it, but you can't attack.
And I've got fire logger, so I can throw from that distance right there. I'm gonna chuck a alchemist fire.
Oh, was the extra die roll from the thing that you gave me last time?
Magic weapon, probably. Yeah.
Yes.
So alchemist fire is a combination of doesn't matter. Alchemist fire deals 1d8 fire damage and 1 persistent fire damage, which I don't remember where we know persistent, but I'm guessing it's just an actual point damage.
Every turn is
Every
just
turn, probably.
Yeah. Okay. So 1d8.
Wait, do you have to roll against my attack or my armor? Do you roll like a dexterity throw attack or?
It says alchemist fire deals 1d8 of fire damage, 1 persistent fire damage, 1 persistent fire damage, and 1 fire splash damage. The target can end this persistent damage by spending an interact action or by becoming submerged in water or otherwise entering in an area deprived of air. A creature adjacent to the target can also end the persistent fire damage by spending an interact action. It doesn't say anything about rolling against something.
What is the skill again?
Alchemist's fire. Chemical bomb, consumable fire splash. Which one's the D8?
It's the.
diamond D-shaped one.
The one it's like you're holding it.
This one?
No, you were
This one? Yeah.
The same ones.
Makes sense because there's one on each side.
Yeah.
Yeah, the book. I can't tell if that's like an attack action or.
Sorry, which one?
Alchemist fire.
Do you want me to see my thing?
It's probably.
Oh, I found it.
It's probably attack. Fire.
Yeah, it would be. It says you throw a flask, so you got to do a dexterity throw, I guess.
Oh, I see.
Treat this attack as a ranged touch attack with a range increment of 10 feet.
Range attack.
And I can throw 30 feet.
Oh, you can throw it 30 feet, then you have to do it 30 feet.
Fire logger. Well, so then what do I roll to see if I
You'd roll a d20 plus your dexterity, since that is your.
Thank you.
Nope, it's all good. We're still learning combat. We haven't had anybody do fire bombs, so.
So you said dexterity?
Yep.
Oof. 6.
6
Yeah.
plus your dexterity.
Yeah, no, it is 6 with my
Okay.
dexterity.
So you miss your bomb.
Okay.
Kind of just shatters nearby and starts catching a small fire on the hill because the grass is very dry. Next up is enemy 1. He's gonna look at you, and then his bow just kind of shifts and it becomes kind of like a very fancy, like obsidian looking rapier. Just
That's a cool trick.
cool, yes.
Cool.
Threatening, more so. And then he's gonna on guard.
It's gonna give you a stab this.
The poke.
Here's the poke.
It's not in the appendix.
And then I roll that plus 15.
Yeah, that hits.
Yeah, it hits.
Yeah. I know.
Be a gnome club.
Really gamey.
Really lucky, you got hit with 1 point.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay.
But he is trying to disarm you.
Don't worry about it.
Ooh,
So I need
what
to
does that mean?
read disarm really quick.
It's just a specific phrase that doesn't make any sense.
I still couldn't find anything on Splash.
I think Splash is just literally like splashing
Area.
The radius.
So, that's what I thought, but I tried to look it up in everything and nothing specified. Any, like radius
No,
or
I'm just
anything.
gonna eat my bag again.
Maybe that's changed since it's been out a bit longer now. That was like literally like
Oh.
first week I think this
Oh,
came
shit.
out and they were looking that stuff up.
Yeah, it was very early on when we did this. I think it's an action. I need to get a PDF on my. Could someone look up disarm?
Disarm?
Disarm.
Yeah.
Disarm.
I don't know, I can just look.
As a basic, it's not showing up as basic actions. Okay, I guess I have to look up. Choo.
think it's a special.
Disarm. Requirements: you have at least one hand free. The target can't be more than 2 sizes larger than you. You try to knock something out of an opponent's grasp. Disarm attack requires you to roll an athletics check against the opponent's reflex DC.
Okay, so my athletics is a.
Oh, so any of these? I forgot any of these.
19 is my athletics.
So any of these skills and like skill check or
Oh, it's
like
my
skills
reflex
are
DC.
they have point values, meaning that they can be used in
Right.
combat as well.
So the
Okay.
rapier actually had disarm next to its attack. Is the monster thing.
How
So
do
it
I know my reflex
Well,
DC?
that he has to like actively try to disarm those.
yeah, that's what he's.
Okay.
So that was part of his attack. That's why I rolled the damage. And was like, and he's disarming.
That's the trait of the weapon, right?
Yeah.
That's the action he's doing because he has the rapier, and I'm guessing if you use the rapier, you can use the rapier to disarm.
Yeah,
Because
so
it's
like it'd
a-
take it'd be like one attack or like one action to attack and then another action after
Right.
you attack to disarm.
How do I know what my reflex DC is?
So it'd probably be 10 plus your reflex.
Oh, okay, well that's a 19. Or sorry, not 19, a 13. 19 was
So
really bad.
he like smoothly, he kind of like pokes you in your hand. You go ow, and then he flicks it away.
No.
Success.
So you weaken the opponent's grasp on the item until the start of that creature's turn. Until the start of that creature's turn, attempts to disarm the opponent of that item get a +2 circumstance bonus.
Wait, so it doesn't automatically just disarm them?
Unless you crit.
Oh.
Yeah. Yeah, only critical success is you knock the item out of the opponent's grasp. It falls to the ground in the opponent's space.
But if it's not
But a
good-
success means that if someone else tries to disarm me, that they can do it easier.
Yeah. So wait, what is it? So I guess
So
I
you rolled a 13,
until-
so I'm guessing you didn't roll more than 10 above.
No.
Yeah. So until the start of my next turn, if anyone else tries to disarm me, they get +2 circumstance bonus.
Okay.
Okay.
So you just take a point of damage, and I just kind of go, ha ha!
Yeah.
Your grip is weakened.
I'm like,
Wait.
my wrist.
It's really strange.
That's weird.
It's like Inigo Montoya just like slashing her hand. Ow!
Yeah.
For one, just paper cut. Anyways, after all that weirdness, the second one, still with her bow, she's actually going to take a pot shot at you for hucking the head of her friend. Okay.
Another crit.
Might be close. Because it's 10 over is also a crit, right?
Yes.
15.
What'd you roll?
15, and that's. I'm trying to find the bow.
I cannot stop looking at that magic card.
W.
says 18. 26.
Yeah, that's kind of.
I'm gonna nimble dodge. Well, I don't have to do that. Never mind. I'm gonna nimble dodge so that it's not 10 over.
I'm shooting it.
Hey.
Oh, at him? Oh, I thought I chucked that.
So you threw it up in the air and he kind of went.
Okay,
Oh,
never mind.
I'm dead.
What?
Okay.
No, no.
Not dead.
Whoa.
Maybe. Who knows?
Oh, it's Whale Lord.
Who?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I thought it was Why. So I was like, why, Lord? Why?
Why?
Take
I mean, it could
9 points of damage,
Ow.
and you're feeling a little sleepy.
Just a little bit.
I want you to do a fortitude or whatever.
You're
fortitude.
allergic to obsidian.
No, actually. It's almost like it's tipped with something.
What? That
Can you do it?
Obsidian?
More obsidian. Grounded up obsidian. Typical obsidian.
Fortitude
Joe
save?
Dog.
Yeah.
11.
11? You save.
Wow.
Just, it's very weak poison.
Does Top
Your goblin body's just like, I've eaten a lot worse than that. Next up is Muncho.
That's the camel man.
Shaking like crazy.
I was gonna ask, is Top Life being picked up? Yeah, I immediately found that out. She was like, to the ground.
No!
I thought she was like, sorry.
No.
And I'm gonna aim at the one that shot my ear. So I'm guessing that'll be the apprentice.
Yep. The apprentice is the other one.
This one. Okay. Yes. Is there anything like any kind of cover near the campsite? Like
No, most of it's on fire or on the ground. So.
Okay. What about like a pile of bodies that's like taller than 3 feet? Nothing.
Nothing. Most of it's like they didn't stack the bodies. They kind of just a lot of people fell where they stood.
Gotcha.
At least like the
I
bottom.
tried to. But didn't
Sandbags using the corpses of the dead people around you.
I mean, chest high wall for a 3'3" goblin is like only a foot tall.
Mhm.
So like a lot of things can be chest high walls for me.
Mhm.
Yeah, and then I'm gonna pull out my hand crossbow and aim
Like the
at
chest of a human.
yeah, and aim at the apprentice.
Okay.
Nat 20.
That's a crit.
Wait, so is nat 20 a crit?
It's
or
20 and then 10 over.
20.
We
Okay,
looked
20
this up
and
last
then
time,
also
yeah.
okay, yes, making sure.
Yeah, we had to look it up last time. Like it would be so crappy if they took away nat 20s.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like that
and
is a
then-
staple for criticals.
Yeah, absolutely.
And then the actual damage is what again?
Enough.
It's 5%.
Critical hit damage when you double the damage on a critical success with the crit.
You could totally just use that as your DM screen.
Roll double the usual number of damage dice for your weapon. Add double your ability modifier to damage if one applies. Add double any circumstance or crit additional bonuses. Don't double extra damage that occurs only in. Okay, cool. So just double everything. So 2d6 plus 8. No, not plus 8, because never mind. It's no bonuses on projectiles. So just 2d6. Cool. 4 damage. To
Plus
the
your
apprentice.
dexterity.
Nope.
Right? No?
Nope, not on projectiles.
Boo.
Yup. Sucks.
Yeah, right.
Okay. And then Trin.
I sing the song of my people. Let the bodies hit the floor. And I inspire courage into everybody. You all now have, within 60 feet, everyone's within 60 feet.
Hey.
You all are inspired with words or tunes of encouragement. You and all allies in the aura gain +1 conditional bonus to attack rolls, damage rolls, and saves against you.
To attack?
Attack and damage.
Against you? Or
To do.
okay.
So just
Like attack, damage, and saving rolls.
Yes. And I'm going to use that. So that's one. That's my verbal action. Just to sing bodies of one. And I will use telekinetic projectile to take some random projectile that has been festering in blood and fire over here, and fling it to the guy who hit me, which is this guy, right?
Or maybe you can throw something else that's on fire and light that hill even more on fire.
I imagine it was already on fire.
There's already a bush over there on fire.
So it's this one, right?
Yep.
That's a 20 something.
Okay, that hits.
That's a 20 flat.
What do you call me?
Does hit.
Is there a spot for conditional stuff?
No.
No, I don't think so.
awfully when
3 damage.
Is there anything special about condition, or is it just like a word to say like, hey, you have this thing now?
it's not like a constant like.
Is it just one?
Something
If you meet the requirement, yeah.
Is there a duration?
The duration is one round, but I'm just gonna keep singing it as long as I can.
Okay.
So until I go down, it's gonna probably.
That wouldn't be bad. That was
So,
gonna fall on your
one
hand.
Round.
Ow.
Something found me.
All right.
Something's.
Hormir, yep.
Oh shit.
Oh darn.
It's a better song.
You know, something that I don't know how I would even begin to look up is when I have spells prepped, can I recast the same spell and just use another slot?
Are you a wizard or a wizard? You have to prepare each individual spell.
Yep.
Yeah.
Sorcerer has X amount of slots and they can go from their forte, but they can't learn as many spells. You have to actually prepare the spell kind of on standby, and then you can cast it. So the best way I kind of think of it is sorcerer has less knowledge about spells, but they're more flexible in what they can do with their spell slots. Wizards can learn just any spell they can learn pretty much anything, but they have to know the knowledge about crafting the spell, and they have to take the time to get it ready.
So they basically make a bunch of single use items.
Kind of essentially, yeah. They're
Shit.
macaroon me, baby.
Okay.
Yay.
Damn. So I used magic missile, so I can't reuse it and just put it in another slot.
No. You have to decide that at the beginning. It's not like a cleric where they can just cast whatever.
I'm good. Thank you though. Then I will Ray of Frost.
Yep.
Macaron.
Oh. Yeah, that's
Chubby.
Macarons are the sandwiches.
Yeah, that's what I was expecting.
I'm macaroon.
Remember when work had just a bunch of those from out of nowhere,
So
and we
good.
were just having a macaroon party? That blew 'em.
Macaron party.
Huh?
Macaron.
Yeah.
The sandwiches are macarons. These are macaroons.
And then we just talked about it in the Great British Bake Off.
And do we add dex for ranged things? Or no, I add my spellcasting
Yep.
mod.
I believe so.
So that would be 13 plus the 1 for the attack roll because of courage, so 14.
14 does not break their armor class.
Cool. I chill.
I think every time it comes.
So there's just a beam that just kind of, but you're slightly off your aim. You're just I'm new at this. Next up is Grizz. Now you didn't lose your weapon, and now you got your grip back. What?
Alright. So I'm going to take one action. I'm going to rage. Oh, it's so annoying. I have to move closer.
To what?
Or just for something I wanted to do. I think they each need to be within range, which...
It's like a cleave.
Spiraling
I was
spin attack.
hoping I could sweep,
The
but I'm not between both of them.
Sweep the leg, Johnny!
I mean, so yeah, so with my weapon, I get a bonus to a second attack on a different creature if it's nearby. But the problem is the second one's not close enough to me. I'm gonna stay in range, but just walk around.
Okay.
So I raged, moved, and I'm gonna just do one attack on this guy again.
Okay. And rage at the +2.
I don't think it
That's a
matters.
critical fail.
Critical fail.
God damn it! My rolls are so bad always.
You want to use Biggie? Biggie
Oh,
Smalls?
fine. What do am I rolling this?
Do it right next to the mic.
Oh God. No, I was just saying next time if you want to put it in Dice Jail, you can use the big
Oh,
one.
I see. I've got plenty of dice.
Nat 1. I want to say in your rage, you forgot to readjust your grip on your sword.
Oh no.
And so
Likely.
you're going to keep that disadvantage of disarm.
Okay, that's fair.
Next up is Piper.
Give it some shade.
Set shade. You're up, bud.
Cool. Got Okay, I guess I'll just try again. What? I don't have to get any further. I can do 2 attacks. How do you think the second attack diminishes me throwing something?
It would just be like a normal attack. So it'd be -2. And then any...
To the both damage and the...
Not to damage,
the
just
attack.
the initial.
Okay. I try to throw another fiery boy.
Boy.
17?
Hits.
Cool. And
Get
then...
your +1.
What?
Don't forget your conditional
Oh,
+1.
right. 4?
4, and are you doing it at the Master or the Apprentice?
Master.
Okay.
But keep in mind...
You have Splash, right?
Splash
Ah.
and persistent.
Wait. Splash damage, so wouldn't that possibly hit Grizz?
That's an excellent point.
Yeah, that was an excellent.
Is it like a 5-foot or a 10-foot, or...
I mean, if it's an any foot, it's
I think you can declare...
Okay.
Hi,
peeps.
Don't even know.
I mean, if it hits one of... I mean, it's going to hit her regardless of how far I say it is. But that's a risk I'm willing to take.
It's okay. I have a lot of hit points.
So, yeah.
Yep.
God, let me get back to the page.
What about... I was playing...
Or,
D&D
I think that's
at
it.
Jack's
So,
place.
4 points of fire damage.
And then the Persistent.
Yep.
One of those...
And then the
Ah,
splash.
hit
So it'll be persistent to all 3 of
Persistent
them.
splashing.
Okay. So...
Every time.
Or no,
Grizz.
it'll be persistent to the guy it hit, and then everybody else will take a little bit of splash. And I don't know what the diminishing fallout effect of the... Oh, it says just 1. So 1... So... which one's the master?
Him.
So these 2 guys are going to take 1 point damage, and then this guy's going to have persistent.
1
Okay.
point of damage to these.
1 point.
1 whole point.
Luckily, I got some.
I'm figuring it out.
points that-
Yep. Figuring out. I'm hoping that things get cleared up when they actually come out with Pathfinder E2.
Yeah, they're not ready.
Yeah, they're not ready.
They're not ready.
They're ready to print the books, but they have so many addendums in the... next up is Enemy 1, who takes 1 point of damage. He's gonna turn around and he's gonna be like,
Only 1.
no. He's gonna try to attack you again.
No.
13.
That is my AC. Oh, just kidding.
What?
It beats me.
Oh, God.
Huh? Yeah. Or so like my AC. So I have my AC is 14, but I get -1 because I'm Titan Barbarian because I'm carrying that giant weapon. So my AC goes down, but also my AC goes down by 1 when I'm raging. So
Oh.
my AC goes down by 2 when I'm
Oh my god.
raging. Yeah. So my AC is currently 12.
If you weren't so angry, you'd be fine.
Everyone's are focused on murder.
4 points of damage.
Ooh,
Oh. Damn.
there go my 10 hit points.
And then I'm gonna try to disarm you again.
Okay.
Like the wonderful flourish. Oh,
No.
No, thank goodness.
They just flourish in the sky. Whoa.
All right. Next up is Enemy 2.
What are you doing?
She's just ignoring you, and she's gonna pot shot you this time because now
I took with the cat for a second.
take that, cat.
No, I thought the cat was about to punch.
Yeah, I'm gonna attack Pfeiffer.
Okay.
18 break your armor class.
Yes, it do.
7 points damage.
Jesus.
Oof, ouch.
And you're feeling a little seepy.
Oh, jeez.
Oh,
My
jeez.
blood is seeping out of me.
Roll a fortitude for me, please.
Okay, hold on, you said 7 points.
So much.
Someone explain it to me.
How do you
First
roll
level,
this?
you're not adventurers yet. You're very
What's your
weak.
max?
Yeah.
That's
That's
because
true.
I can keep
We're
it here.
just learning.
Thank you.
I'm learning how to
The funny thing is, the last time I took damage, it took me down to 13 as well. I could see what
Oh.
I
Oh,
erased.
yeah.
And
So you don't
my
remember.
max damage is like,
Yeah.
I was gonna remember 20, but
Since I have a drain to
so
cast
how do I
arcane
do
focus.
fortitude with?
Oops, I go for it.
D20,
Sorry.
yep. Plus whatever your fortitude is, which is 4.
So 14.
Careful with the pages.
14?
Yep.
Yeah.
You kind of shake it off.
Okay.
Shake it off.
Good thing I drank that potion.
Shimmy, 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 shimmy. No sleepy for me. Next
It's
up.
like that shot gif.
Yep, Muncho, you're up.
I was thinking
Me.
Taylor.
Yeah.
Woo.
It also-
What were you at? When we get to your turn.
Okay, so I forget. It's gonna be. Well, actually, no. I'm gonna have to like use 2 move actions to get all the way up to him. Yeah, I'm gonna do that.
Me.
Yeah.
So it's 2 move actions.
The first diagonal, B5.
Yeah, so he can make it there either way. But
Well, I was.
still not
Wait, was
20
I
feet.
here?
No, you're in front of that black dot. To
Oh, is
yeah.
here? Oh, okay. Wait, so
So it's like
5,
yeah.
15.
Wait, the first move can be 5 if you're going.
It's 5, and then like you add 10, and then you add another 10.
15,
Yeah, it's
25. Okay, I can make it there then. Okay, so I just do 1 move action then.
I gotta relearn movement.
It's just the first.
Oh,
the
right.
first
1
is
move
5.
action,
And then after
and
that,
I'm gonna
Then 10.
attack
because
with
then
my
you
short
just do-
sword.
So 5 and then like 10.
Oh,
5, 15.
20.
hits.
So it's the same thing. So just the first one is 5,
Yee.
and then you just think of standard cardinal movements after this.
So if I just went straight though, it would be 5, 10, 15, 20.
Yes, that's
Yeah.
correct.
It's gonna be.
So you want to do 1 diagonal,
6
that's
damage.
5.
Regardless of which direction you go, your
So you
first
run up.
step is 5.
You kind of just give her like the goblin, rah! And then you just kind of you're using a
That's
sword,
why I
right?
just think
Short sword, yeah.
Short sword.
And then you
Yeah,
go
kneecap her.
5.
Yeah.
It's
You,
the same thing.
your cut somehow gets through that really thick armor. You kneecap both sides of her, and screaming in pain, you're able to just kind of like get in the right under her collar, and you pull out and you kick her. You just kind of like ah, and she's dead.
Oh
Wow.
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 Which
Well,
one's that?
golly gee.
That was the apprentice.
Man, I didn't even get a chance to sweep her.
Sweep.
I sweep the leg by taking off her whole knee.
Turn your-
Is it my turn?
Yep.
I start singing, "It's raining man, hallelujah, it's raining man." And then I do the again.
That's stats, right?
Bazongo.
Stats, right?
No, it doesn't, unfortunately. That's a 14 to hit.
No.
Okay. That's the end of my turn.
Fight for you. Oh wait, I'm sorry.
You guys are very
Hormir.
Too many ears.
Too many fantasy names.
No, I was just checking that since I have an arcane focus as my component pouch, I have a drain focus ability, which I believe allows me to cast 1 spell without prep.
Okay.
Through that per rest.
Oh.
Wow.
Okay. So are you gonna
Wow.
magic missile his face?
No.
Wow.
I am still going to Ray of Frost because I looked it up and cantrips don't suck ass like they do in regular Pathfinder.
I deal 1d4.
It's like, oh, no, 1d3. Because Pathfinder's just like, fuck you, wizards.
They're too strong afterwards anyway.
This is really cool.
It's just kind of like.
It does a
There's level
d8
4
if I
and
hit
a
and miss. So.
Damn.
Damn, son.
Which it doesn't because it's slower than before.
Yep.
High 5, yeah.
If only you could land a hit.
Who was that?
Next up is Grizz.
Who was that?
Okay, I'm gonna
stop.
swing once at this person with my war flail. That is a
Got it.
what was that?
I know.
That is so it's +3, but then I also get something to attack. I get +1 from attack, so it's 16 to hit.
Does hit?
Yes.
Yay!
Okay.
Yeet.
I'm getting pulled in. Hi. Hi, James.
I yelled that before I threw the head.
That's 11 points of damage.
Holy bajoli.
Yeah, I get to double conditional bonuses.
Oh, hey!
And I'm raging, so your +1 becomes a +2 to damage.
Wait, do you still get a +1 though? Because didn't you change songs?
No, yeah, it's still
But
the same thing.
still
Oh, okay.
Should say-
He's not just the same song
Changing
on
the
repeat.
Style. Okay.
I got enough charisma for multiple songs.
She likes it on the back.
I don't know what the next one
And
is.
then things,
Oh, I got it.
things like disarm and trip and stuff are like extra actions, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
I believe so.
Yeah. Well then. First,
Not so much. Like the.
They're tied to the weapon attack or whatever. Don't lick the broom. Don't
Like the broom.
I mean, I don't think so. I think they're just like
Shows how often I
they
do
just
it.
cast they cost a certain amount of actions just based on was it disarm?
I think they are compatible with is the best way to kind of think of it.
Okay, yeah. So you probably can't
Right, I
do
think-
that
yeah,
action unless you have something that allows you.
right. You
yeah.
can't do those things unless you have a weapon that allows it.
Or
That's
you're
how
like,
I was
or
able
like
to-
you're trained in that thing.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Yeah. Okay. Well, for now, I'm going to do a second attack.
Oh, he's dead.
Oh wait, he's dead.
Oh, he's straight up dead.
Oh, well, I'll do a second
How-
attack
how-
and like smash his.
So
face.
yeah, you kind of do that like wombo combo of like hitting him in the stomach,
Yeah.
and then as he's like, "You awaken the end," and then you're just like, nope.
Bye.
He's dragon. Just say it's a dragon, damn it.
And so he plops down, and they kind of like. I want to say they lose kind of a shimmer to them. Like you can tell that they're dead because they still stay the same color, like dark skin and stuff like that. But they kind of like fade out a bit. They lose their shine.
They get more of a matte finish.
That's a really good way to like.
Very satin.
Their twilight sparkle is gone.
I'll walk up and like take an arcane eye, at least as far as like their shit.
I'm gonna take a regular eye and just pop it out of there.
I'm gonna take as many of those arrows as I can find.
So we're gonna start with you. The first thing you notice is the weapons that they were holding were teeming with like conjuration magic.
Okay.
Like they're
Single arrows
I
for
guess
you.
that's much.
yeah. So whatever they were using, it's just kind of like this black
dissipated.
stone now,
Yeah.
and it's just kind of dormant.
I want that.
The arrow in your foot
Fight me for that.
has kind of just gone away.
Oh.
The arrow in the orc's heart has gone away, but now there's just a hole there.
Yeah.
I'll pocket that rock.
Okay. Just put a obsidian rock
that rock.
in your inventory with the question mark.
I want
No arrows for you. I'm sorry.
Is there any more of those rocks?
There's one more.
I will
for
take
you.
They
another
both got a
one.
rock.
Okay.
I got a rock.
Oh, wait, do any of the elf
a
bodies
rock.
down in the camp have rocks?
No,
I don't
go to
know.
sleep.
We
Hey.
can go check.
Hey, those dead bodies might have more of those shiny rocks down in the camp.
Should go look.
I
Yeah.
call rock.
I'm gonna go right down the hill and check the bodies. Actually, I don't know if there's an appraisal check. Is there an appraisal check?
It'd be like perception probably.
Okay, can I just do my natural perception of 12
Yeah.
to see if that finds shiny rocks?
No rocks near either.
No
of
shiny
them.
rocks?
No shiny rocks.
There's no shiny rocks!
One more shiny rocks. I'm gonna take a nap.
Guys,
Eh.
Nap
maybe
time.
their means to the end weren't quite the right idea, but they were here to prevent doom. It sounds like. I'm gonna go out on a limb and say maybe we shouldn't go in there and maybe tell Mr. Gold what's his face.
I have a feeling he's not going to care.
Yeah, I don't think he's gonna listen to us, honestly.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll say it's caved in.
Maybe we should just let him go get killed by more of those elves.
We already missed a
The
chance.
problem was he's not gonna go in there first.
Yeah, I don't think he's ever going there.
Yeah,
Um,
I don't want...
Like we're gonna be basically sacrificing
About to
Limo
roll.
and Keybound.
yeah.
As you
He's
say
right
that,
behind me.
running up the hill is both. I always forget their
I always forget they
Le-
got Keybon.
Keybon and Limo.
I always
They're
forget
running
that.
up, both like frantic, like he got away from us. We saw you guys fighting those elves, and he walked into the cave.
Oh, balls.
Oh,
We tried
cool.
to stop him.
You shouldn't go after him.
Yeah.
Yeah,
We
just
have to.
Why?
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 How do we
You
miss
could
him?
be free.
Why?
You could be
How do we
free.
miss him?
You could
There's
be
a
free
bunch of
forever.
elves in there. They tried to kill us. They're just gonna kill him.
No, you don't understand. He's talking to someone in there.
Talking to who?
Ooh.
Oh, I don't know.
Time to move. Let's roll out. We're killing him. We're going in.
I'm
What?
already asleep.
Wait, who's
Hold
paying?
on.
Wait, who's
hold
paying
on,
us?
Hold on. Yeah.
Oh yeah, who's paying us?
Well, if he's dead, your mission is to protect him. If he's dead, you're not gonna get paid.
Wait, did they bring the gold with them?
Well, no, we were paid to protect him by like Bloodfart.
Yeah,
or whatever.
Bloodfire was gonna pay us.
Yeah, so if he's dead, I guess Bloodfart won't pay
Why
us.
do you keep
Fuck.
calling him that? By the way.
That's his name.
Yeah.
Yeah, but he's your employer. You wear his colors.
Yeah.
That's what
Yeah,
we tell him.
that's
Call
his-
him by his name.
We
Yeah, that's
respectfully
his-
call him Mr. Bloodfart.
Yeah, that's his name.
Kibo, I want you to take a good look at these two.
Keybon.
Kebon.
I'm sleeping.
Limo and Kebon.
You just pass out and roll down the hill.
I threw one after I grabbed the rock. I was like, and my rock.
Here, just watch this. Hey, have you ever heard the word tact? Like I said.
Fair point.
Okay.
Yeah.
But they're good at killing stuff. You're real good at killing stuff.
Hell yeah.
Alright.
We need to go into that cave.
Okay.
Yeah, we're gonna have to fight more butt shadows.
Yeah. Fucking butt shadows. Okay, let's go.
Yeah, there was some butt shadow elves. They tried to kill us. Oh yeah, just so y'all know, there was elves.
We saw kill a friend of ours.
Wait, where were you?
When?
When?
You were at the top of the hill, and then you guys were carrying Chantel, and then Chantel just got shot in the heart by an arrow. we saw the whole thing.
Yeah, sorry about that.
Goldhawk ran over the hill into the camp, and then he went into the cave.
How did he get in there without us seeing him?
I mean, we were focused on the battle. Why the fuck didn't you help us?
With what weapons?
Yeah, they're more like helping hands.
God damn it.
Also,
let's go into the cave,
how
and
the
if I
fuck
see
did
him turn
Goldhawk-
on anything,
how the hell did Goldhawk get in the cave without us noticing?
We were fighting two butt fuckers.
I was literally,
butt shadows.
look, I'm literally like in front of the cave.
I'm already making my way down.
I guess.
So essentially what happened is, while you guys were talking, he went around the side in like kind of like in a cowardly kind of like stealthy approach, went through the camp and into the cave.
Yeah. That moment that you were picking up that rock.
No, that's true. I did run back
cutting
down.
off the head
I
with
did
that
run.
other elf,
I did run back down into the camp to get something, so you probably could have snuck in then.
Let's go. Let's go.
That or you're just
All right.
I don't think you guys understand the severity of this.
All right, we're gonna start gathering up, see whose bodies are here, if you don't mind. If you guys go in and grab him.
You stay safe. Watch out for more of those butt shadows.
Yeah, we'll do that. Just be careful in there.
Grab some weapons and protect yourselves if you can.
Yeah, see if there's anything around town.
That elf that's in like impaled by the spear, you just see keep on just pull it out and kick the elf and just be like, all right.
Nice.
Cool.
So you guys, you head in. All of you have low light, so your eyes adjust pretty quickly to the amount of light. You enter the cavern. Please roll perception.
I can see everything. Nope, I see nothing.
Holy shit!
Damn.
The adjustment to the light is very kind of.
You're like me. You fell asleep too.
At least we're sequential.
Yeah, I
My
got like,
eyes just fall
wait,
out
what
of
did
my
you get?
They both just fell
Oh
asleep.
no, yeah.
All right.
I didn't
12.
check
You-
out as well as I thought I did.
Your eyes don't adjust very well, so you
I didn't
kind
roll.
of.
It's the
This is
poison.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's it.
Oh, your eyes don't adjust.
I
To
didn't
the,
even roll.
It's the poison.
I'm
It's
still
the
asleep.
okay, you're asleep. You're
So your eyes are he was not wrong.
you're the only one that noticed as you enter the cave. It's really odd. It's a vaulted ceiling, so you go in and it's all empty. It's stone. It's very thick, kind of like granite almost. You look up and you kind of see what you think are kind of what do they call it? Scaffolding.
Buttresses.
Kind of like triangular shaped scaffolding across this room. And as you're in there, you notice that the cave in the center was chiseled out. But this actually leads to those two smaller hills, and there's two smaller hills that are kind of caverns on the other side. So there's kind of like the main piece, and then two, and then two.
Oh, okay, so it makes like a
H or cross.
Kind of,
yeah, I guess like a sideways H situation. I guess it could be.
kind of, yeah.
The thing sounds like that, jeez.
So if I have my marker, I can kind of just.
What?
It was like
there's
intended,
Yeah, dude, that's
intensive like.
It's like
Yeah,
the raver under the dance.
It's like you made some shit up. I
It's
like it.
like borderline voguing.
So kind of like that, where you're in the main part. There seems to also be kind of like a small area over here.
Do you hear anything? Anyone?
No.
You do. You hear a little bit of whispering. Everybody else is just oblivious.
Do you not? Someone's whispering.
Where?
What
And,
direction is it from? Can I
it's coming from the front area over there.
Okay, it's this way.
Alright, I'm booking it that way.
All right.
I follow.
So you all run up to the kind of where the area of echoing is, and you see
Clearly.
Goldhawk kind of on his knees, looking up. His hat's off, and he's just kind of staring up at this. It almost looks like you're inside of a skull. You can see what looks like two like sockets for eyes, a bunch of fangs, and kind of where the nose is are like very thick mithril chains tying this just figure, like kind of almost cocooned. Like this ragged, skinny-looking guy with like thick black hair, almost as thick as the elven, but he has more of a whiter complexion. He's not malnourished or anything. He's just kind of like in these chains, looking down, and as Goldhawk's just like staring at him in awe, and he's just kind of like looking down at him. He's just kind of like whisperly talking. What were you gonna say?
Is he still have the fang on him? Is he like holding the fang?
No, the fang's back with
Yeah, we
Bloodhawk.
didn't
It's
bring-
in his collection.
Yeah.
Oh, that's right. Never mind.
Yeah. Did you say he was bound, or he was just like floating in chains?
He's like, so each one of the sockets has just chains kind of like wrapped around them as like this person is just trapped in these chains. Yeah.
Okay.
And he's just kind of like whispering. You can't hear what he's saying, but Goldhawk's just fascinated.
Goldhawk!
Goldhawk! I go kick him in the back of the head.
In the back of the head.
I don't know. I feel that'd be the best way to get his attention.
He goes down.
For
He's
sure.
like entranced. He
He
just.
gets to fuck through? Alright.
Everyone, do not look at what's up there.
Why not?
Don't listen. Blah, blah, blah.
Plug ears, plug ears.
Okay.
I'm gonna like do my best to like start dragging Goldhawk.
Yes. Yeah. We have a chance to drag him out of there.
Why is everybody ignoring me? I haven't had any visitors for centuries.
Yep, nope, and you're gonna stay that way. We're going.
I want you to. I want you to roll a will save for me, buddy.
Yeah, that's why I told everyone else to plug their ears. No. That's a 9.
So you kind of you're like that. You're not like compelled to just stop, but you're like maybe I should hear him out a little bit. You're not. Your character isn't on the side of like total like just like kind of like a soothing like you should hear him out.
He sounds like a fellow.
You guys are still like la 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 la.
Yeah, I'll turn to him.
You're a tiny one. Haven't seen your race in a long time. What brings you to my humble abode?
To get this man out.
Oh, he's not going anywhere anytime soon. He's just a husk. Don't worry, you're not in danger. Oh, I need a snack.
Oh, that's reassuring.
But I only needed one. Now I'm here. I'm awake. Having a grand old time as he's kind of like swaying in the chains, kind of like rocking back and forth. You can tell this guy is just not not right. You can tell he's just he's like, tell me your name, please.
Hormir.
Hormir. Of the dwarven kin. Oh, that's... What colors do you wear? Oh, you wear her colors. Grand. What do they call these lands?
I don't know.
Danborough.
I forgot.
The what?
Davenborough.
Davenport. I'm sorry.
Oh, no, it's fine. So Davenborough. Oh, you renamed it after the fall. How cute!
Are you a dragon?
Aren't you spry? You are standing inside of my corpse, by the way.
Okay, I figured this was the case.
Yes. Oh, there's more of you. There's green ones. You coming green now?
Oh wait, hey, is that a dragon?
Yep.
I
I'm
was
more like
into
a...
the room late because I was just like
Like
picking up.
looting bodies.
Yeah, looting bodies, and I come in. I'm just like I didn't hear the whole like plug your ears, and I'm just like, Harmir, what's going on?
I have a question.
Yeah.
Are knowledge about chromatic dragons and such the same as they would be in anything else, or is this going to be different in your world?
You can roll, but there's little known about dragons. It's kind of like a Loch Ness Monster situation where there's slight evidence, but sometimes it's fake. It's really hard to tell. That's why the dragon tooth is so valuable, is because it's an actual proof that dragons existed. But they're kind of like in dinosaur times where it's very hard to like kind of track down. A lot of information about them seems almost redacted.
Or like there's a lot of assumptions being made.
A lot, yeah.
That's the choice use of
Because I'm making choices here under the assumption that a bookish wizard type would know that dragons are still like not chill.
Yes.
Okay.
They're not chill. There's not much known about them. No one's really encountered a dragon, especially one in a human form tied up in chains inside of its own carcass.
Right, yeah. There's no stories of dragons being like super friendly and helping towns or
Right.
anything like that.
I gave you my name. It's only fair to know yours, and I'm like trying to gesture you guys out if I can.
Yeah, what's your name, buddy? I'm Muncho.
He says it, but it comes out in the same way the elves outside did, very rhythmically and kind of like sing-songy.
Not a language any of us would know.
Then we just know it from
Right. Oh, that's right. Our vocal cords can produce sounds that are very hard to pronounce.
Hey, yo, Hookachaka, you speak common with that name you got?
I try to.
You have a common name?
Oh my god. As we're dragging the body past you, I kind of like smacking around.
This is in character, like.
And that's also in character.
Yeah.
Rastra. Sorry. A little bit of phlegm from being a dragon for millennia. You can call me Rasden. That was my my conqueror name, as you will. Oh, you don't probably find that funny. Anyways, you can call me Rasden, guardian of the obsidian.
Did you have a color, Rasden?
I mean, obsidian. Are you a black dragon? I mean, not that I have a problem with black dragons. I mean, I guess I could.
Black dragon friends.
I mean, I guess I can't say I had black dragon friends. You know what? Obsidian is a great color on you.
Green dwarves are amazing. And he's just like this really long, drawn-out laugh that I'm not going to do for the sake of my vocal cords. But he's just going like for a solid minute and a half, just laughing. Just.
What is Goldhawk doing?
He's still down.
Yeah, we're trying to drag him out.
Okay, yeah, he's limp. His eyes and he's breathing. He's just glazed over and. Be careful! Don't hit his head too hard. He might not recover from that.
I'm trying to like do this whole day out. I'm like, trying to drag him.
Goodbye, Shorty. Anyways, I am part of the Ascidian Order. We were the conquerors, lieutenants. Yes. Well, I'm not a big scary dragon like the ones that used to rule over you, but
Yeah, I'm sure that's why you're in chains. It seems totally like yeah.
You ever get in trouble with your parents? You know, spankings, whips, strangled, chained up, yeah, put inside your own carcass and turned into a human.
Hey, buddy, what'd you do to get locked up?
I betrayed Tarkir. I know, right? Pretty silly to just, betray the one dragon god that rules the entire continent.
And where's Tarkir right now?
Oh,
Okay, good.
probably asleep. You know, like all of them are.
So with these chains, is that preventing you from doing anything?
For now, they're going to weaken. You can either let me out now or wait a couple of days and I just stroll out. Having a favor with the dragon's pretty nice. I can get you some clothes, some drinks, some beautiful women, murder.
Wait, you're gonna murder us?
Well, no, not yet, but...
No, that's part of the ultimate plan.
Ah, okay.
I'm just a harbinger at this point. If everybody else is still asleep, that means that the bonds are slowly creaking, and soon they'll rise, take over the continents, and enslave you all under the colors of the dragon banners, but it's not a big deal.
Cool.
Where are your friends? The tiny one that dragged out the dinner was pretty fun.
Muncho, we need to get out of here.
No, you don't get to leave.
But he's gonna break out anyway, though. What do we gotta do something about that. I mean, what we do? Could we just leave him here?
He's gonna break out eventually.
What do we go to? Okay, well, I guess we gotta go to town or something. Like, what are we gonna do?
No one's gonna believe you. I found a man in chains inside of the carcass of a skeleton. Ooh, that's totally original, and everybody will think you're totally telling the truth.
Razdon, right?
He's not wrong.
Razdon. Razdon, that name might ring a bell, though.
No.
Oh,
Rasden will not be a part of any mythical tales. You all purged all your history about us.
Oh, damn.
So no one will believe you.
How far have we gotten with gold?
You guys are out, like, you guys just made it out to the, like, little entrance area.
Okay.
Do you still asleep?
I want to shout for the twins and just get their help.
Lando.
Am I
Ching
still
Chong.
What was
I am still asleep.
Tarkir is the dragon that you betrayed? Would I know from any kind of like history check who you said he was the dragon god, but like who is Tarkir? Was he a benevolent god?
So
Tarkir
your
was
world
another dragon.
Yeah, but like,
He was a con.
He said he was.
but the fact that they betrayed him, does that make him good or like
Maybe he was
I'm not
doing it for
understanding where
power.
like their betrayal of
Yeah,
him
I
how
don't
that
know.
plays into
What's the name of this campaign?
Tarkadia.
Tarkadia. Okay.
Or, you know, what it
Still
is.
doesn't mean he's a good or a bad dragon.
No, Tarkadia Rising means he's gonna be the harbinger that's gonna resummon Tarkadia or Tarkadia.
But he betrayed him though.
So, a couple of things I mentioned was
I don't
that
mean to reach into this. It's
No,
just
yeah,
kinda
yeah,
like,
yeah.
well,
no.
it's like Rise of the Rune Lords. I wonder what's gonna happen with the Rune Lords.
Wink. So he mentioned a couple of things. He dropped
Yeah, Obsidian Order.
Obsidian Order lieutenants to the Dragon Rulers, enslavements under the banners that are under the colors of the Lords, and the Dragon Ruler or Dragon Emperor Darkir.
Obsidian Order.
Yep. So he's kind of hinted at that the colors that you guys are you guys are always associated with, meant something different to him. Because he mentioned, oh, you're wearing her colors, which I believe is orange, right?
Yes, I think so. I think, isn't it green with orange trim?
Yes. So you're wearing green with the orange trim. So he kind of like saw that, he recognized that as some sort of like, like, oh yeah, you work for her. That's why you're wearing the colors. He did also again say Dragon Rulers, and he kept asking like, what are you calling your lands now? Kind of thing. So he has some sort of awareness that things have changed since he's been imprisoned. The dragons are no longer around. The king's not around after his betrayal. But besides that, he's just kind of loopy. You don't even know if you can trust what he's saying. Considering the fact that he's swinging around and laughing and having a good time. He doesn't even know goblins exist.
Right.
Would I know? God, it's so hard to not let like path and 5e knowledge as a bookish person bleeding.
Of dragons.
If like dragons, I guess anything around them at all. So it's like,
Well, you can always ask. I'll tell you what. Ask me a yes or no question. I'll give you a truthful yes or no.
well, you said they're more like mythos, so it's more like Loch Ness Monster. It's not like green dragons or tricksters kind of thing.
Right. There are like a color. There are color dragons.
Yeah.
They're still going to keep the same kind of like color scheme,
Mm-hmm.
but they're more sophisticated and have more of a hierarchy.
Okay.
Think of them more. I don't want to say base it off of, but the way to describe it is like World of Warcraft have their 5 dragons, and each one of them have their own clutch. You have a leader, and then like brood mothers, and then you have like lieutenants, and it kind of like trickles down that way. So instead of it being like each one of them is a guardian of something, each one of them had their lands, each one of them have their own hierarchy with the one centralized ruler that kind of branched slowly trickle down.
So they were more like royalty than they were.
Right.
I mean, they were like leaders. They're the most powerful beings, so they had some sort of kind of reign over things. But I mean, beyond that, I mean, you said we destroyed all knowledge of them for the most part.
Kind of like you didn't want something happen that caused all knowledge of this dragon, like this history of the dragons ruling or conquering or the revolt or something like that. It's almost like that part of history, anything past a certain point is just gone, and anything starting of your civilization just kind of started. So there's like, from what it sounds like, dragon rule, nothing. All of a sudden you have nobles and like cities and all of these predetermined like locations with an infrastructure and like trade and these color and the nobility, all that stuff is just there. You can't think of anything that happened before that point because it's always just kind of been there. And then any history or any knowledge that would have been in this area of like growth of bringing up like the Stone Age or like medieval time, like not medieval times, but like early history of your people like growing up and like why like the goblin history and all this stuff, everything kind of just starts here. But it sounds like there is history back here that you don't know about.
So it's like the year 2080 after Dragon.
80 after Dragon.
Get out of there, guys!
How strong is this save that I failed
That,
earlier?
like I said, it was just kind of like he was very calming and tempting to like, just give me a chance, just
So, I mean, I heard him out for a little bit, but now I'm kind of just like, he's gonna break out eventually. Let's get the fuck out.
Yeah. Brazdon, I think we're gonna head out. But we'll see you later, okay? I mean, sounds like you're gonna come out anyway, so like catch you on the flip side.
Yeah, but have you ever been locked in chains? It's really uncomfortable. The sooner I can get out, the better.
I mean, trust me, I've been locked up plenty of times living on the streets.
I haven't eaten your souls.
True. Yeah. That's pretty sweet. But we'll see you later.
Can I get a hand out? Just one hand?
And then there's a Muncho shaped dust cloud.
You all kind of hear it. Roll another fortitude or will save on that one, except for you, Mr. Sleepy.
Wait,
Yeah.
where's Will?
I rolled like 4 times and they're all bad rolls.
Oh, there it is.
13.
20, but no.
Okay, so you resist it. You're freaked out by this.
Oh yeah, 20 something.
You're like, all right, I'm done with this dude.
Fucking done.
You're filling that hole. You wake up from this dream. You really want to just like let this weird human out of these chains. You have no context to it, but you want to let someone out of these chains and just break those chains.
Am I good? 13.
You're feeling it too. It's very, very soothing. He's just so charismatic. More charismatic than I ever can be in my life. He's just got that Ryan Reynolds just charm to him. He's just like, come on. Like,
if I see anyone move towards him, I'm doing anything I can to like hold him back.
you guys were running after go get the twins, right? You guys were trying to get the attention of the twins.
Yeah. But at this point, like, I can hear it, right? So
Right.
So I'm gonna be like, get back, and just turn around and go back inside the cave.
Yeah.
Hormir. I don't know. He makes a pretty good point though. If he's gonna get out here eventually, and he doesn't, and he does
Do you
kill
want
us.
to die now or later?
Only if we let him out now.
He'll kill us now.
We don't know that for sure. He said he wouldn't kill us. Who knows?
You don't know that for sure.
We don't know that for sure. He might let us live.
Is there a deal or something we can strike?
A deal? Oh, I adore deals with mortals. They're so much fun. With the backstabbing and the
mortals.
I mean,
Plus, he's a dragon. Don't you want to see a
he's
dragon?
a
I don't wanna see a
little
dragon.
shady, but
Deals,
we get him
deals.
on our side.
Deals.
Are there rocks
Let's make
in
a
here?
deal. Let's make a deal.
Let's make a deal.
Not really, no. It's very kind of like
Kind of
bare
impeccable.
bones, yeah.
Not aside from the actual bones.
I run in and I throw a bottled lightning on the ground just to see if I can snap people out of it.
Yeah, dance party. Let's make a deal. Let's make a deal.
Lightning ball. I think that's like a reflex to cover your eyes on that one, since you're in a kind of a dark cave and all of a sudden like introducing a lot of people with low light vision to bright.
14.
Roll your like.
It's an attack.
Yeah.
Oh god, way too much. I got excited. No.
Hey,
It's
gonna beat my 14.
Plus attacks.
It's gonna be my
we
14.
did my 11.
Yeah. That's where you plus 1. That's a 16.
Yeah. So anybody under 16 on their reflex are now blinded and distracted by this. Kind of like it kind of snaps you out of it a little bit. Kinda.
Can we
Grab her.
Okay.
Get out. I'm gonna go over and I'm just gonna grab his wrist and start running.
Yeah.
You're not gonna fight it. You're not
Nah.
like under. Oh,
I'm still chanting. Let's make a deal. Let's make a deal.
Let's make it. Oh no. Oh. Well, I'll see you around.
Later, Rastan.
Goodbye, Green Dwarf.
Green dwarf.
And with that, you kind of just keep your let's make a deal. Let's make a deal. Let's make a deal. And it just kind of even though you guys are the same distance away outside of the cavern entrance, his voice starts kind of like let's make a deal. Let's make a deal. And it's just quiet now. Really quiet.
Is he like approaching the cave? I'm
Yeah.
gonna drop kick him just.
You?
I'm awake now?
Well,
Yeah.
no, you were tempted to. You're still asleep, but you're really tempted.
Oh, he's tempted. Oh, he's
Yeah.
still asleep. Okay, alright.
Just clothesline him as you run by.
I thought if he was like running towards the cave, I was just gonna be like.
Two dwarfs just come by.
Goldhawk just kind of is like sitting there, and then he just kind of like looks up, and he's just like, "All that knowledge lost. Oh, we're so dead." We're so dead.
Yep.
What? What happened?
Hey, and guess what? It's all your fault.
Yeah, it is.
Hey, Goldhawk, let me ask you a question here. How are you going to make up for this? Because we're all dead.
We need to tell King who's unified.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah,
is he going to trust your word?
I
Who's going to trust the word of an awoken dragon? Yeah, get to the cart now. Start moving.
And not even like arguing. He's just slowly walking over. Like he just found out like his dog died. Like his car payment. Like he got a ticket. He's just everything that the worst day ever. Without like going too over, but like he just found out like that they canceled Game of Thrones before the finale. George R. R. Martin died. He's not going to get any resolution. He's just like I'm fucked, like kind of thing. And so we're gonna leave it at that.
Okay.
Big revelations. Hey, the world's not as calm as you thought it was. And there's
Where's Jingo and Ringo?
Jingo and Ringo are not existent in this universe, apparently. They're like the Cheech and Chong knockoffs.
Yeah, exactly.
Hey, everybody, it's Jingo and Ringo.
We need to question Goldhawk when
Yep.
we start next time and just be like, gotta tell us everything.
So,
blood fart.
with that second combat, I'm going to give you guys the level up. Because it's been a lot of role-playing and a lot of stuff. I will also give everybody an extra point of... It's not...
hero points.
Everybody's going to get a second hero point at the start of next.
What they do,
You can use them. 1 point can like increase a roll and stuff like that.
One can save you from death, which you used last time.
You used 1, so we're at
Oh, that's
3
right.
for those of us who haven't.
They restart at
You
every...
want to stabilize yourself.
Oh, really?
so you always start with 1, but
Oh, okay.
over at the campaign. So I'm going to give you guys an additional 1 to start out with next
So
time.
everybody's gonna have 2.
Yeah.
Because we have 2 right now, so.
I don't think that's how it works,
But
but
it restarts. It restarts at every session.
every session you go back to
every
1.
session you go back to 1.
So it's not like Initiative in 5th edition where it just stays and you only get 1. So since you all did a really good job role-playing at one point or another, I'm just going to let you guys roll into that for the next episode.
Good call with the lightning.
Yep.
I was like ready to like attack both of these two, be like, fucking snap out of it.
But anyways, for those watching, thank you very much. Hopefully this has become a little bit more interesting. There's a lot more planned out for this. It has only just begun. So thank you very much, and I will hopefully see you guys next time. Goodbye.
Smash that subscribe button.
No! He just made it move!
The poor Mike.
Oh no!
So sorry.
Anyways.
Bye.
Just like cut like the Exec logo and just like in the background cams.